Welcome to Hurrdat Sports Live.
3 seconds, 2 seconds. The fadeaway is good. And over Meyer. Tapped around. Lipsy pulls the trigger. Strikes a three.
Short. And Providence doesn't mind the three-point shootout, Donnie. Demery knocks it down. Silence Demery. Timeout, Kim English. Here come the Huskies.
She has not rejoined full court practice and is just continuing to progress through the rehab phases. Yeah, I can't put like a number on it, exactly which numbers or benchmarks, need to be. I don't know exactly like how many there are. I just know that right now she's at this spot and she's working her butt off to try to get to that next phase, and we're just kind of supporting her through that.
We expect him to go on Friday, so we're excited to get him out there and get him on the mat, and I'm sure the fans want to see him wrestle and do his thing. So he brings a lot of energy, and just getting him to understand he's a big part of this team. What's he going to do for our team rather than what's he going to do for himself, and that's big difference. And so as a team, we're pretty good when everyone's fighting together, and that's why AJ is a big part of that.
Welcome in to Hurrdat Sports Live, presented by NextGen Male Medical Clinic. That's DB. I'm Ravi, Lulla here at Hurrdat Sports Bar and Grill. What's up, DB?
How we doing?
Oh, we're doing all right.
Yeah. Couple of kind of a rough morning for the crew, man. A lot of non-pleasantries. You'd think we didn't like each other.
I was nice to you. I'm always nice to you. I said, "What's up, DB? What's going on?"
Oh yeah, that wasn't.
I wasn't aggressive coming out.
Yeah.
What's that?
Usually I'm like, oh man.
You came out of the gate kind of hot, but
no, I just wanted to make sure Shane was good.
Well, I was a little concerned when I walked in this morning because Shane didn't say a word.
Yeah. He's old Timmy Crabapple right now. But it makes sense though. It makes sense. He's making an intentional effort to turn over a new leaf, and it is messing with him.
Well, and he's not feeling great.
No, but do you feel better?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so you sound a little more sprightly this morning.
We were having in the middle of an interview yesterday, and you caught my attention because you were walking like you had two nails stuck in your heels. That's kind of how you were walking, and I wanted to make sure you were okay. Were you a little tender, a little sore? You hurt? You seemed very hurt
right
then.
now.
I don't have that drop ready, but that would have been perfect.
It's okay. I did it for you. I got you.
This is checking on you, man. Making sure.
Well, I appreciate that.
Yeah, it's
good morning.
It's the middle of the week, man. You're halfway through.
I mean, we're almost done. It's Thursday.
Oh yeah, it is Thursday.
I said we're on the back half here.
We're on the back half here, Shane.
The back 9.
I'll take it. Me too.
We're almost there.
Almost.
Full week back. It's
we got games tonight. We had games yesterday.
Got Coach Cook today.
College basketball is still drunk.
Yeah.
College basketball is wild.
So you know how many texts I had when I looked at my phone last night because of you clowns?
Oh yeah, I was just hammering you too.
I know.
It's fine. We missed you.
It was like 45 texts when I looked at my phone.
God, I'd have maybe taken more. I mean, I was just being reckless.
You were. And I was like,
where
hey,
is that turd bird?
You're like, hey, chill.
Like, that's why he don't know ball. Too busy playing tennis.
Do you think I actually wasn't going to watch it?
Well, I don't. No, I just was messing with you. Seeing if I could get Jacob gassed up.
Sometimes, I like to, I'll watch the replay.
Yeah.
Peacock does a nice thing where they kind of they take all the commercials out for you.
YouTube does too, but I hate Peacock's platform with the fast forward rewind.
It's super annoying.
Fatigue Jenkins.
Yeah.
It's
the worst.
Yeah, it's not
great.
What do you call it? Interface?
The user interface.
Yeah, it's not.
It's terrible.
Yeah,
terrible.
Sketchy McGee.
But you got to do what you got to do.
The 2 weeks I switched over to Roy Halou, I didn't love that one either.
No, it's not very good. I've been on that one before.
Better than Peacock.
And I don't love Fubo's either.
I've never had Fubo.
So that's the one
the only time I ever was going to dabble in Fubo, I think was the early PlayStation days.
Oh, when you're
They
on like
seemed
the
to be
View.
in cahoots. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's when I came home. This was years ago, and all of a sudden we had switched. And I was like,
Nobody told you.
like, what is this? Like, what is going on?
Yeah,
It was almost a knockdown drag out.
I dabbled in Fubo during the last ESPN outage with YouTube TV because I was like, I gotta have something.
Yeah.
I was not a fan of the interface. I don't know how YouTube TV has the only usable interface.
Yeah, so I had to like really get it together. The last three out of the last 5 months, I've been a victim of having 2 accounts.
Oh yeah,
Netflix and coming back to YouTube.
Yeah. Wait, so you don't normally have Netflix?
I had 2 Netflix accounts.
Oh, gotcha.
Connected to different emails.
Gotcha.
Took me a second to. So, do you know how I caught it?
How?
So I'm getting on the plane going to maybe it's either UCLA or Penn State, and my resume watch wasn't in the same spot.
Oh.
I'm like, how am I all the way back to episode 2?
You're like, no, I know I watched that.
And that got me
started investigating.
Yeah.
That's tough. It's
I
tough
was like,
out there.
Getting rid of one of these.
Well, yeah.
And then I called to dispute an account or a bill right before Christmas with my bank. And it was still pending. And she's like, I don't know if you listen to the automated voice message, but you can't dispute a call if it's still pending.
It's true. Yeah.
Oh, she did hit me with the lecture. I was like, you're the first not nice person I've talked to, but I appreciate you telling me where I wasn't very smart. That's cool.
Now you know.
Yeah, so I looked at both email accounts and they didn't match, and I was like, my bad.
That's on me.
Yeah. Hashtag cancel. Suckers. I need to see 84.79 coming out of my account twice in 6 days.
Yeah, selfish.
December 31st and January 4th. I'm like, what the?
Whoa. Easy.
Okay, I detected all the sarcasm. I mean, sometimes a good right hook to your soup coolers would be just what you need. I wonder if I hurt my knuckles are so shot. Your beard would probably rough me up.
Blocked it.
I don't want to touch it, but is it a soft beard?
No, it's pretty bristly. I mean, it's soft for
to use beard oil.
Like I condition it and stuff, and I use beard oil, but like it's a little
rough.
It's a little bristly.
Well, the top is so whipped. It's like butter. I figured that would be so smooth too. It's a little weird, but yeah.
There's I don't know how to say this. The top of the hair is maybe from my mom's side of the family. And the beard is maybe more.
All right. Yeah.
From dad's side.
That makes sense, but it sounds pretty made up.
I mean, severe.
Oh yeah.
So it's not the first time.
I was captivated looking at it under the lights of Big Red Wrap.
It's not the first time you've run into this predicament.
I'm like,
with one of your co-hosts.
Pretty
well maintained. Is that?
Yep. Let's just go with that.
It happens.
Did you have when you got back from doing what you were doing? Were you having your Austin Schwartz party?
Listen,
I think DeMarinis may have had a party favors and streamers.
I've been having an Austin Schwartz party for a couple weeks now.
Yeah. You need to play Austin Schwartz. Austin Schwartz need to be that guy. I'm like, oh, how quick we left Fedor.
I still love Fedor, and I still think.
I don't think you do.
No, I do, and
you're treating him like a jilted lover.
He doesn't play enough. Still, I've sort of resigned myself to the fact that he has done something to anger Mac, and he's just not going to play.
Yeah.
Because it
was good to see Blake get dusted off the scrap heap.
Yeah, I was impressed. It seemed like, not that he was left for dead, it just seemed like he wasn't going to be a factor this year.
Yeah.
So it was nice to see him. He has a skill set that's useful, though.
I have a question, though.
I'm ready.
No, we're not going to focus on the negative because I would be mad at you if you did that with Nebraska basketball.
No, go ahead. It's fine.
Do you want your money back for Freeman, or are you waiting to get healthy?
I'm having a really hard time figuring out what the issue is.
Got to give a little grace, maybe, or do you think he's healthy and you're just not?
Well, so that's what I don't know.
Okay.
Like, if he is healthy, then yeah, I'm also going to call the bank to dispute some charges here.
I don't think it works like that.
Well, it depends on if you put it on a credit card or not. If that thing's a wire transfer, you got problems.
Yeah, but still,
But if it's still he's banged up from the meniscus, and I don't listen, meniscus injuries are weird.
They can be finicky.
Yeah, they're weird because some people come back in 4 weeks and you never know anything was wrong, and some people it takes literal. But we're going on a pretty long time now on the meniscus.
Hey, careful with Juan. He may be on that hair on this morning.
Yeah, but still,
that's one of those PCP tests. Chat entries.
Oh,
what is Juan doing?
I don't know.
Is that how I can't even get the letters in the right order. It's no, he has Grok.
Yeah, that's the Twitter version.
Yeah. So why, Juan? Why?
What?
Why?
What? What?
He said, I think the top may be like my mom's side of the family. That's funny.
I've told you about this.
Yeah, you've got me all. I'm really trying to. You got me shook over the whole severe thing. I'm trying to move on.
I had a very difficult conversation with my mom when I was a kid.
Yeah.
About why my hair. She's like, we go to the haircut place or whatever, and I was like, she's like, hey, what do you want you to do with your hair? I'm a little kid. I'm probably 8, and I go. I looked at someone who had a different hair texture than I did.
You just weren't capable of getting there.
And I was like, oh, can I want it to look like that. And she's like, I don't think you can do that, Robbie. And I go, why not? I was like, he kind of looks like me. Why can't my hair do that?
Kind of.
We were
kind of like me and Pedro Guerrero.
We were both brown.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
I'm like,
you know who it was? It was the early Indians Manny Ramirez. That's the curly, the short curly hair. And so I was like, Mom, I want my hair to look like Manny.
There's so many funny things in that because back then they were the Indians.
They were, and I'm an Indian. Yeah, no, I get it. But
I was like, oh, we're starting already.
It was the 95. So I would have been 8. Yeah, it was the 95 Cleveland Indians because that team was dope.
Yeah.
And I loved Manny Ramirez even before he was a Red Sox. So that was cool when he got there.
Wait a minute. So much like Tua, are you bringing dope back?
Oh, I think it's in my head because of the Tua thing.
That's dope. I don't think I ever really went through that phase.
I did. I for sure did. Several years ago, I used to say dope a lot.
Okay. Shane, did you ever used to say dope? That's dope.
I thought it just kind of sounded funny because I could say it, be dope. And so I didn't ever
Let's not do that.
I sort of started saying it ironically, and then it just became a part of my personality, and then it left, and now Tua brought it back.
Good morning, Joe Good. Joe Good.
Don't
you know Joe Good?
But yeah, so I was like, hey, can I have hair like Manny Ramirez? And my mom was like, no. And I was like, why not? She's like, Robbie, certain people's hair does different things than other people. It was a hard lesson for me to learn. It was pretty upsetting.
Yeah, my people, we went through a thing where we went through straightening and hot irons and flat irons and conks and then back to naturals and just trying to get in where we fit in.
There was a lot of
okay, how'd that work out for you guys?
There's a lot of musicians back in the day that did some stuff with their hair,
Yeah, everybody wanted the James Brown. How do you think he did that?
I would guess a hot iron.
Suppress.
Yeah,
that was a nice little kit.
Yeah, it was the whole thing.
In the hot tub.
Isn't that the Eddie Murphy?
Yes.
Okay.
Doing James Brown.
Yeah. I'm not a big Eddie Murphy guy, so I'm glad I got that.
Edwin is okay. You need to watch the documentary. It explains a lot.
It's not like his particular brand of humor doesn't really strike me.
Because it was so crass early on?
No, I think it's an 80s thing. I don't find
I don't
humor
I don't
funny.
understand how somebody that wasn't even around is so down on a decade.
It's not that I wasn't around. It's that when I've gone back to watch it, it's just none of it hits.
You
with
probably
me.
were too old.
Well, maybe. I don't know. I started watching some of that stuff when I was in high school. Like I go back and get it, because people be like, "Oh, you got to watch."
But
these.
it's different.
I'm sure it is. Like I'm sure there's teenagers now that would watch, I don't know, like Anchorman and be like, "What am I watching?"
So, do you have any guy? Do you either one of you guys have this deal where there's certain eras you skip over that you once thought were you like misremembered the era?
Yes, probably.
So, do you know what I think is a high? And this is crazy.
Okay.
You know what I think is an overrated decade?
What's that?
The 90s.
I knew you were gonna say that.
I agree, but I think Ravi's the opposite way.
Which version? Like what part of the 90s? Just in
So,
general, or the
it's hard-
music?
I'll
Or...
try to give this the Cliff Notes version. Like if I go back and watch old things,
Mhm.
I'll take the 80s. I'll take the 2000s. I'll almost skip over the 90s. Aesthetically, it doesn't fit my eye. The pads, the style of play, even hoops. Like I think it's overrated.
Are you just talking about sports? Or are you talking about like
Yeah,
movies and stuff too?
Sports.
I could see that with sports.
Because at least when I'm watching the 80s, like I know it's supposed to look old. I think I'm very critical of the 90s because I can't believe we looked that ridiculous wearing some things.
Like the oversized shoulder pads and stuff.
Yeah, like just we're doing too much.
It did take me a very long time to.
At least in the 80s, they didn't know better.
It did take me a very long time to not understand that the players weren't actually that big. Like I thought certain guys were like enormous because of how the pads and stuff worked. But no, I could understand that on sports. Like I loved a 90s baseball. I loved a 90s baseball.
I'm out. It's grossly over. It wasn't even good.
Man, I'm a big steroids guy, so I like the steroid era of baseball stuff.
90s, but that might be the worst of the major sports. At least hockey had Avs wings.
Yeah, so I don't remember 90s hockey.
90s hockey was actually pretty sensational.
90s hockey, that was legit.
Aesthetically, I can understand what you mean for football, but I like 90s football a lot.
It doesn't look right.
Early and mid 90s more. Late 90s they start to figure it out a little bit.
I think Saturday. I don't even know if it was a weekend, but whatever day I was in Vegas, they were replaying the Tony Rice deal in Notre Dame. I don't know if it was a 30 for 30 or a storied or no wait. SEC only does storied, right? Whatever it was Tony Rice, and I'm like, late 80s, early 90s. So that doesn't look right. Yeah, but like I said, 80s have an excuse.
Well, I think you're giving a pass to the 80s for no reason. Why are you giving a pass to the 80s and not the 90s?
Because I think I was young and I didn't know any better.
Okay, well, I mean, so you're just giving them a pass because you were young. That has nothing to do with them.
Well, I'm only giving you my vantage point.
That's how I am with the 90s, though.
Like Professor Griff.
There's I tried to tell people this all the time with 90s basketball. 90s basketball was not good.
Pretty overrated.
Like, there were great players in the 90s.
Pretty overrated.
But the style of play and the overall talent in the various leagues, way overrated.
Yeah.
Like, it just wasn't. Because
Lupe, why you want your money back? So, I came home yesterday. Speaking of Lupe, I came home yesterday.
Yeah.
And, like, all of our Christmas lights were in a pile by the corner of the garage.
Yeah.
I'm like, was Lupe here?
Must have been.
They usually spray paint. Damn it.
Why you hating on your guy like Lupe like that, man?
Lupe's my dude.
Yeah.
Lupe sent me over to Chuck.
Chuck?
Yeah. Chuck polished the scrape out of my rim
in
nice. 18 minutes.
Oof. Nice.
It was incredible.
Just in and out.
Dude, his tools. I'm like, how did you get into being good at this? He was selling himself short.
Yeah.
It was fantastic. Shane, he fixed my rim in it was less than 20 minutes. I sat in my car.
Was he like at his house or do you have a shop?
He has a setup behind a car dealership.
Oh, nice. Okay. I thought you were like pulling into his garage. I was like, that's incredible if he's got it like at his house.
Yeah, Chuck was cool. Really good at his job. And those guys are way more particular. He's like, well, I don't know if you can see the slight end. I'm like, look, man, I can barely see my odometer. You don't have to worry about me seeing. If it's a little concave, I don't know.
TB, go to the eye doctor.
No, I'm good. You see all my readers?
I do see all your readers. Yep.
So in my bag, I have, and there's 2 pair at home. One was a gift. So I figured I was kind of mad at myself this morning because this is probably the cost of an eye exam.
Mm-hmm.
I think I have eye insurance.
Yeah, you've at this point on readers.
Yeah, I already admitted that.
Okay.
I don't need you to double down on it. But anyway, so do you know my claim to fame with Chuck? It's embarrassing.
What's that?
He said, I go all the way back to listening to you when you used to do the post-game show for football, and you would get so mad. I was like, I don't know, is that cool? I'm not really like that anymore. Yeah, so we were reminiscing about a few of my post-game meltdowns. I was like, damn, Chuck.
I'm trying to think when
I've had a few.
When would that have been? Like what year we talking?
So
about?
there's a couple that come to mind.
Okay.
The bow swinging the hat game.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It's very infamous.
So that's like 13.
And I don't know that, and that's a different
14?
game
That's
than
14?
the game that I was mad at TA for
13.
throwing all the interceptions and
Yeah.
seemingly not caring when he came back to the sidelines.
Oh, yeah.
That was a bad one. That was one. There was another one where, do you remember the morning of when Terry called and he asked if I was a legend anywhere other than in my own mind?
Oh, yeah.
Remember old Terry?
Terry.
So my buddy JD made a T-shirt. It's classic.
That's a good T-shirt. Legend in my own mind.
Yeah. He's got me with this stupid smirk. It's like that's such an ugly picture.
We still need to get those Team DB shirts going.
Nah, I'm out on that.
Well, you don't have to wear them. We will.
I'm out on that.
Everybody else will wear them. That'll be good.
Wait a minute. I remember 1991 was a great year. I was potty trained.
Todd said
that's Headley.
Todd chimed in with 1991 was the year he turned 21. So I think Headley's just doing an age disparity thing there.
Wow, potty trained versus hitting his first shot. So back then, what was the popular drink at the bars?
You can't. I mean, I was with Headley. I don't know.
I was thinking 1991. He turned 21. They were probably doing like, it goes through phases, right? And sometimes it's cultural, but like there was the lemon drop phase. Like a couple years ago was the mule phase.
Yeah, a lot of people were doing mules.
There was the Zima phase.
For who?
No, it's embarrassing, but he's right.
I remember the commercials.
Zima was all the craze.
For like a month.
Wasn't Zima?
No, it was a little longer.
Wasn't Zima non-alcoholic?
Well, nowadays you'd think that, but it was supposed to be
alcoholic. I thought they had a non-alcohol version for some reason.
Basically juice.
No, I remember the Zima commercials.
Zima was like dirty Fresca.
As a kid.
That's kind of how I think Fresca's highly overrated. People act like when they find it, it's like seeing a unicorn.
Oh, our boy Matty D loves Fresca.
It's incredible. Jay rocks with Fresca.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I don't mind it. It's fine. I'm not going out of my way.
Are you a grapefruit guy?
Not really.
Yeah, grapefruit rots.
Yeah, I'm not. But I don't mind Fresca. I'm not like going out of my way to find it.
Yeah, I told you my grapefruit story. I'm just traumatized as a child because when my mom wanted to compliment breakfast with some substance, you'd be a half grapefruit, and she'd do the thing where you slice down the middle and you pull you pull out a triangle at a time.
Yeah,
and just the little strands and stuff and the connective. I'm like, yeah, I'm out. I think grapefruit blows.
Ooh, Todd got hit with the cement mixer.
That's a thing.
That was a thing.
That was
still a thing.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I think that's still a thing.
Yeah, that had me sleep in my shower.
Yeah, cement mixers are gross. You don't want to do that.
Yeah, Troy, like I pulled the shower curtain down and everything. I mean, one leg over the tub.
Justin says 1991, I pooped my pants for the first time. Okay, Justin.
All right, we're doing too much.
Big Shot says fish bowl at Duffy's Tavern.
Yep, that is the thing. So the cement mix, that's the kind of stuff I'm talking about.
Yeah. So we would do when I was like in that age range, college. Three Wiseman was a thing.
That's a thing. Shane, do you remember? So
Funky Giblet says Bartles and James.
What was it? Was it E&J? There were like there's just periods where that was the thing to get.
Yeah. Lemon drops are still a thing. I mean, I've like heard people order lemon drops.
What, like the candy?
It's fine. You like what you like.
I'm not ordering lemon drops. I've been around people that order lemon drops.
I am trying my best not to judge. It's cool.
Jack says, if everybody waited and got married at 40, there wouldn't be as many breakups. I don't really know where that came from. But
I'm with you,
he's
Cactus
probably
Jack.
right.
Words of wisdom.
He's probably right.
Incredible. Yep. In our community, T-Mac, absolutely. The Incredible Hulk was a thing. Yep. What was that? Was that Alizé and Hennessy?
I don't know what the.
I'm gonna guess you've never had Alizé.
No, I have had Hennessy.
Okay. Shout out you.
That's half the ingredients. You know, I'm big on halves.
Oh.
Big Shot says Boone's Farm, Purple Passion,
Huge.
Mad Dog.
Boone's was huge.
Boone's
was all the rage.
Oh, Prairie Fire Shot, that was the thing. Johnny Pig.
Wait, what's that?
I don't remember what's in it, but I think that's the one somebody puts like Tabasco in it.
Yeah,
people do weird stuff on shots.
I'm out on the.
I'm out if you're putting weird stuff in shots. Like I'm just not doing it.
So I will
drink almost any combination of like alcohol and normal mixers. Like I'll give it a shot.
I was in,
no pun intended, but don't stop putting weird stuff in there.
I was in Montreal. I was in Toronto. I was in Canada on New Year's Eve. Somehow I was on a boat, like a big boat.
Okay.
I don't think it was moving though. It's a little bit of a blur.
I mean,
anyway, it was like this cool club, right?
Yeah.
And
sometimes people do that. They'll have parties on like docked boats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I just was, again, it was probably a sign of things to come. I was just trying to do what I was told. I didn't have much of an opinion. Knock it off. Knock it off.
How about the
And she liked Zambuca.
Okay.
And they would light it. And I'm like, this is the most ridiculous thing I have ever seen.
Yeah.
And to this day, I hate black licorice. That's what Zambuca gives me.
I mean, black licorice is bad. That's a bad flavor.
Have you ever had Zambuca?
No, but I've had black licorice. If it tastes anything like that, I'm out.
It's basically a liquid version.
TK is right. Irish car bombs really big in like the 90s.
Yep, he's right. Rep.
Those were really big.
That was Kobe would do he's right.
Jaeger bombs were big in the like early 2000s.
Do they still do those?
I don't know. When I was, Jaeger bombs were like right.
So what's the equivalent now
of like a Jaeger bomb?
Because you know what it's cool to like is
what's that?
So remember the whole whiskey bourbon phase about 7-8 years ago? It was all the craze.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's now tequila.
Tequila has become a thing. We were early on tequila, I think, like you and I.
Yeah.
But like, because it was, I kind of switched over to.
I just look for, I'm not even going to get you because I'm super childish. I wanted efficient and no cows.
I
learned to like it. Like I didn't at first.
For whatever reason, I just at one point stopped. Like,
I think mules are still popular.
Yeah, I like mules. Mules are good. Most people still have them. They got the cups and everything, like the special.
All the flavors.
Yeah.
People were like hoarding the cups.
Yeah, people would like steal them. There's certain places, I think still you have to like give your ID, like hand them your ID in order to get the cup.
Wow, that would be super.
Yeah,
super big kahunas to walk out with a mug.
I would just be like, yeah, I don't need that. I'll do something else. Like I don't, or like I was like, put it in a normal glass.
So this generation Zima Shane is seltzers.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Because there's 227,000.
Yeah, different kinds.
Shelf.
Yeah, for sure.
It looks like the United Colors of Benetton at the grocery store.
Is that like? I know Zima's sort of different, but like I feel like wine coolers aren't like a thing anymore.
Oh, yep. We went through that, right, Shane? Remember Bartles and James was.
Yeah.
Thank you for your support.
You showed me the commercials.
Yeah, because you.
You
reminded me of the dude because you were very. And still are critical. I was like, oh, I appreciate your support. big Bartles and James guy.
I'm very.
What
supportive.
was Bartles and James' rival? Was it Seagram's?
It was probably Seagram's.
I've heard of Seagram's.
It had those were like the dueling.
Oh, Juan says a good amaretto sour. I do love amaretto. Amaretto.
That was the thing.
Amaretto's good. I'll still mess with amaretto sour.
My buddy, that was.
Amaretto sours are good with cigars. Like, there's certain drinks that go better with cigars than others.
So I'm traumatized about cigars.
Yeah.
Oh, Vegas.
I'll say I know you don't do them anymore.
Ruined.
Yeah.
Oh.
I love a good cigar.
Oh. Oh.
You know what else?
It's. I don't know, man.
Never going back?
Mm-mm.
Yeah. Mm-mm. What's up, Shane?
Another thing that was popular in the 90s, the Coors Light Party Ball.
I don't know what that is.
Were those the little baby kegs?
The plastic ones, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, T-Mac's right. Long Island Iced Teas had a run.
Sure did.
Long Island Iced Teas had a run.
Sure did.
Jack said Mike's Hards were really popular late 90s, early 2000s. Like Mike's Hard Lemonade.
So are they that old?
I mean, they were definitely around when I
don't
was.
think Mike's Hard is that old. It's probably only about what? Is Mike's Hard 20 years old?
It was a well-established brand by the time I turned 21. So that'd have been 2008. And it was like a thing that everybody knew about.
Okay.
So it couldn't have been, it can't be much younger than that.
Hmm. And all this stemmed from sports.
I'm going to see what.
Me saying the decade of the 90s was overrated for sports. That's fine.
It launched in the U.S. in 99.
Oh, that's a good pull.
Yeah, so there you go. Yeah, Mike's Hard was a big deal, though, for a long time.
God, you don't know much, but you can you know some things. Shane, I laughed about 2 hours later after the whole Patti LaBelle, Bluejay avec ce soir.
Yeah.
Because this dude really tried to get at you. And Shane was like, well, Christina, she was one of them.
I'll
get back at it.
Look him.
Yeah, Shane, you held your little ground over there. Buddy.
All I said was after 2000s, I've got as good of a shot as he does, and I think that's true.
Yeah,
that was a 2001 movie, so that's when that came out.
Yeah, it's like
the reference of the song and the originator, he was spot on.
He was right on. Yeah, but like the one that you were thinking about was.
What do you know
Christina
about Patti LaBelle, Shane?
Who doesn't know about Patti LaBelle?
That's a good poll. I shouldn't doubt your range, but weren't you doing like radio back in Maryville back then? No, that was pre that.
I was going to say.
You were still shoveling pig poop.
In 2001?
No, when Patti LaBelle was Patti LaBelle.
No, when Patti LaBelle was
Patti LaBelle. You were on the farm.
I was like 3 when Patti LaBelle was.
I was going to say, I think Patti LaBelle is older than that, isn't she?
It was like a 70s song.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, she's like square in the 70s, right?
Yeah.
So he's like, he's barely born.
I almost went to that playground story you told me, Shane, but I didn't want to bring up trauma.
She started in her first music group was in '59.
Was it just one dude, Shane, or multiple dudes?
Playground story.
When you got whipped on the playground, didn't you get beat up on the playground? You were telling me.
Oh, that was on a track. It was on a playground.
Around the school?
Yeah, it was around. We're at the school. Yeah.
What was his name?
Conrad.
Why did Conrad do that to you?
Because somebody paid him 10 cents.
Well,
for a dime?
You got beat up over a dime?
For a goddamn dime.
Ooh, ooh, ooh.
We hit a nerve.
Like, Conrad, what's going on?
Oh, he got in trouble. I mean, I think he got kicked out.
Have you ever looked him up? See what he's doing?
Yeah.
Really? What's Conrad doing?
I would rather not say.
Okay.
We'll leave it at that.
You know he gets weird about stuff like that.
He's
a dime?
Yeah, it was a dime. I remember. I totally remember.
What was the year?
The bigger kid going, I want you to beat this kid up. I have a shiny dime for you.
What year was that?
I don't know. Maybe 82.
So what's a dime get you an 82?
So for sure I could have gotten
83?
2 Charms Blow Pops.
I say you probably get like a gumball or
you
something,
could
right?
get a pack of Now-a-Laters.
You get a pack for 10 cents?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I used to get 2 for a quarter, and it was a steal.
Okay.
And I was like, everybody tried to like trade their banana. I was like, nobody wants banana. Is there a joke? Oh, wait a minute. Well, everybody looks like me, so it ain't a joke because I was at Lothar.
Yeah.
Which is north.
I gathered by the context.
Zip it. Yeah. I'm trying to think were blow pops that fire back then?
I mean,
the gum lasted like 5 seconds.
Oh, the gum's terrible. But it still felt like a reward when you got there.
What was your go-to? Mine was apple.
Oh, I was a cherry guy. I don't like the sour apple, whatever, like apple flavored.
You seem like a big sucker guy. What was your go-to?
I wasn't really a sucker guy.
No,
seems more like a Tootsie Pop guy than a Blow Pop guy to me.
You one of those guys that likes to untwist labels?
I hated Tootsie Pops.
Chocolate sucks.
Hated them.
No, they were fine.
Blow Pops are good though.
I haven't.
When you were a kid, they were good. Not now. I'm not gonna have them now.
Were you more of a Dum Dum guy?
I like Dum Dums.
Cream soda Dum Dums were. I mean,
I'm not doing cream soda. What are we talking about?
Shane, anything better than the mystery cream soda Dum Dum?
No, absolutely not.
I don't know. I don't even know what that is.
The little Dum Dums. You can still get Dum Dums at like some restaurants.
I had a friend in high school that, for whatever reason, always had a giant bag of Dum Dums in her bag.
Yeah.
And so every time I saw her, I would just be like, get Dum Dums.
So the thing about that is I have the thing wrong with me where I have a lot, but where you hear certain sounds and it drives you up the wall.
Yeah.
When people move a lollipop
like in their mouth, like it's their teeth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a chokeable offense.
Just gonna give one of those.
Yeah. I twirling.
I think people are doing too much. Just stick that thing in the side of the cheek and just.
Do you know this started over Owen Freeman and returning money?
I don't know.
It's a huge way because I just
somebody brought up Red Bull vodkas too. That was a big.
Oh, that's definitely a thing.
That was a thing for a while.
That is definitely a thing.
I had a theory for a while that if I would do the sugar-free Red Bull, but if I would do sugar,
that belongs towards the top.
Yeah, that was a huge one.
That belongs.
I'll still go Red Bull vodka every once in a while.
Yeah, I have never, ever, 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 ever been a Red Bull guy.
Out of energy drinks, it's certainly not my favorite, but it is the one that a bar will always have. So, sometimes
they used to just run through them. And they'd leave that's before you knew a lot about a lot, and it's like, well, they don't really care about the carbonation; they just want the flavor because they'd crack one open and know that they would use it.
10 seconds later. Yeah.
I was like, wait, what are you doing with the rest of that?
Sometimes I'll ask them to give me the rest of the can.
Can I have the can? Is that what you say?
Yeah, I'll just be like, hey, can I have the rest? And a lot of times they're just like, yeah, sure.
They just give it to you?
Yeah.
See, that's what they should do on airplanes.
For sure.
Is give you the can.
They do that with soda.
Some.
Well, I'll be like, hey. Actually, what you got to do is you got to ask for a lot of ice, and then they give you a cup full of ice, and then just hand you the can.
Yeah, going to Tulsa, I was like, what are you going to do with the other half? I guess somebody else wants ginger ale? Okay, cool.
Oh, I'm just like, hey, give me the can. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah, it was so early. I didn't feel like, and plus I had to spend 3 hours in St. Louis. I was traumatized.
Apparently Red Bull and Crown is popular amongst the U's now.
Crown?
Crown
shouldn't be popular amongst anybody.
That's what Husker Dominator says.
Crown?
I don't know. I'm not a big Crown guy.
It has a ton of flavors, so apparently it's popular.
It does have a lot of flavors.
I've seen peach.
It's got apple. There's an apple Crown. That's the one I see the most is apple Crown.
Oh, with my people.
What people?
My peer group. That's all.
Oh, people your age?
Yes. I don't know what you're talking about.
Just hanging. I don't either.
I know you wouldn't.
Didn't know there was a specific demographic.
I don't think that's Jermaine's style. Or Cliff.
Listen, Jermaine will drink. He'll drink seltzers with me.
Of course
he'll drink lots of stuff though.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got a wide variety. He's got a varied palate.
He's a fit dude too.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
Jermaine's in good shape.
Thin as a whistle, but he's
bulked up a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to run down chumps.
That's right. Got to keep the streets safe out there.
Good for him.
Yeah. No, he's Jermaine's in good shape. Boy,
think he'd let me do a ride along? I got lots of buddies. I've never asked him.
Probably.
I bet I know at least 15 guys in the force.
Yeah, you'd probably do a ride along.
I want to watch him drive and use the monitor. What's so funny now? Somebody making fun of me again?
Wyatt says DV's out on Crown because it's Canadian.
There is a joke in there.
I think there's a couple.
I'm just going to leave it at this. I do like sake. Prefer it room temp than chilled. Leave it at that.
Well, that's how you're supposed to serve sake.
There's colds on the menu.
I'm just saying traditionally.
So the place that that we were gonna go, it has hot in the name. They have several selections.
Yeah. Typically, traditionally, sake is served warm or room temperature.
Yeah.
Not that you don't have options, but I think that's sometimes.
You know who has a nice little assortment?
Who?
Is Koji.
Oh, sure. That makes sense. It's a nice place.
Oh.
And also a little Japanese. Like, that makes sense. They would have sakis and a lot of them. That'd be like if I went to a Mexican restaurant, I'd be like, they got great tequila selection. I'd be like, well, yeah, Ravi, it's a Mexican restaurant. What am I supposed to do there?
Nothing.
Certain types of restaurants lend themselves to certain types of alcohol. I would imagine that a sushi place would have good sake.
Makes sense.
That would be my assumption, especially a nice sushi place like that one.
Shane, I'm still mad over a dime.
That thing wet.
How much would like back in the day when you were a kid, if some big kid was like, "Hey, I want you to go beat him up," what was the number? What would the number have been? Like if you had no beef with the kid whatsoever.
I wouldn't do it.
Okay.
I wouldn't do it.
I don't think I would either.
No, but I'm not gonna sit here and tell you I didn't fight over much less.
Yeah, but like, there's a difference between you either like imagining a beef or actually having one versus like
I wouldn't do that.
If you got nothing against the kid.
I'm not a bully guy.
Yeah.
That's in my top 4 or 5 pet peeves.
I agree. I don't think if I don't have a problem with the kid, I don't think there's a number. But
I think that's why I'm overly protective of Dingling over here.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
No, I would have to talk to the establishment for him.
Like,
hey, man, he's better. Like, you guys can't just be treating him like that.
Yeah.
Like, I'll do that.
You're like, I can treat him like that. You can't.
Shane are cool. I haven't brought you any groceries in a while, Shane. I'm going to go back and look for some cheap lunch meat, all right? Will that be – I feel bad that I brought up the 10-cent thing.
Well, I was traumatized.
Where are we going with Carl Buddig, Oscar Mayer?
Don't matter to me.
Hillshire. You a big 2 for $5 guy?
2 for $5 is always good.
You like getting that pastrami out of the plastic?
Oh, I like pastrami.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Somebody brought up Malort.
Who?
Malort.
I don't even know what that is.
It's very popular in Chicago. It's a type of alcohol.
Malort?
Yeah, Malort.
Sounds like something that would
famously like
Potter.
very bad tasting, and I don't know why people drink it.
What is Malort?
I don't know what's in it. I really don't. But it is a thing. I know that.
I suppose I should Google.
Who else said? So Bender says where he lives, there's a distillery that makes vodka that tastes like Fruity Pebbles.
Out.
I'm all the way in. I love Fruity Pebbles.
All right, now I like.
Somebody put a box of Fruity Pebbles in my trash in the kitchen today without putting a bag in there.
Oh, that's not.
Dude, it's $5.40, and I don't want to lose my mind, but do you know what I do? There's 17 bags at the bottom of the trash, so when you get one out, just put the next one in.
I don't putting stuff in a trash can.
When I have two with Caleb home, I don't know if it's him or Mike is a notorious night eater, but I'm like, did you guys not turn on the lights?
When there is people that put garbage in a can without a bag in there is like a pet peeve. Like, it will drive me. Like, what are we doing?
Oh, I feel validated.
What are we doing?
I almost lost my mind.
I 100% would lose, especially if it's like potentially something messy. I will lose it.
It got in the darn near dark. I was like, what the?
I'll mess. I'll get mad. I'll get real mad over that. Because what are we doing?
I like what Juan says there on the screen.
You gotta be careful with Juan. What Juan say now?
Say?
He said the kid that got the dime was probably scared of the kid that offered the dime. You know, I never thought of it that way, so I'm going to forgive.
You're forgiving Conrad?
I'm going to forgive him because
look at this.
Probably
building bridges.
It's probably that way.
Juan, the great bridge builder.
Can I ask you a question, Shane? And then I'll drop it the Conrad thing. I promise.
Yeah. When
you looked him up, were you happy or upset about what you found out about him?
I was
Stevie Wonder, overjoyed?
I wasn't really either or, but I wasn't surprised.
That's a great answer.
All right, nuts. Set the show.
Jeez.
John Cook's like, yeah, no.
He's like, what am I doing here?
Yeah, no.
Coming up, we got Michael
Did
Rose.
Did you watch The Other Brand?
Which one?
It was on TV last night.
What other brand?
The Rival.
Who?
They played Austin. Not the other league.
Oh, no. I did not.
You thought you would be good at games. That was pretty sucky.
I didn't know what you were talking about.
Of course. Well, clearly. Clearly.
No, I did not. I thought they were playing Houston.
Again, the other league.
No, I know.
They played Austin.
No, I mean, I thought the other league was playing Houston. No. I must have got my Texas cities messed up. It's all the same.
Zip it, Martina.
Navratilova? Or Hingis? Coming up on the show today, we got Michael ROSE-IVEY here at 8 o'clock. We're going to wrap up Nebraska football season, see if he's got any thoughts on...
He said I wasn't surprised.
See if he's got any thoughts on the college football playoff as well. We'll talk to our guy B. Edwards at 8:45, see if he can give us some winners.
The free world loves Indiana. I don't. Am I Gilligan?
Out on an island? I think you might be. I think you might be. I think people are having a hard time getting
the Lanning versus Cignetti.
No, I was gonna say getting the Bama game out of their head, but I also don't like
Bama.
Bama shouldn't have been there.
Yeah,
so yeah, I get what you mean.
And I'm consistent with Bama, even when like the Georgia. I'm like, that's not a good win.
No, Bama didn't.
They're fine.
They shouldn't have been there.
Yeah,
Bama shouldn't have been there.
There's only 4 benchmarks right now in college football, and beating Bama wasn't one of them.
No, not this year. It certainly wasn't. So we'll talk to Brian Edwards about college football playoffs, see if we can get some winners there. You might be on an island on Oregon, but we'll see. And then we will talk to the one and only John Cook at 9 a.m. He'll be here. He is working with the Supernovas now, and they kick off their season.
How do we ask him to leave?
Oh, I think he'll leave on his own. I would imagine.
It's always interesting when you have people that come on set.
Yeah. I think
Are you a big loiter guy? John Cook doesn't surprise me as a loiter guy. He probably has things.
I think he's busy enough that he'll tell us when he needs to go.
He's like, look, man.
He'd be like, hey,
I have more constellations to go try to find.
We got a little time here. We got to go. I think it's more.
He'd give us the wrap it up.
I think it's more likely he tells us he needs to go than we tell him he needs to go.
All right, look, guys, it's been real.
Hey, good conversation, guys. Appreciate it. I'll see you guys at the game tonight. No, yeah, no. That's I think that's probably.
By the way,
likely.
you can get the hoodies here, right?
You can get the hoodies here.
They do the transactions.
Yeah, absolutely. You can get the hats here. You can get the whole deal here. You can also get it at Shields. We're in Shields now.
I have a gift card I need to use.
You can go get some Supernovas gear. Hook it up.
I could do that.
Yeah, they got it all over the place. The bar at Shields, we got you covered. That's what we do here. But yeah, John Cook will join us at 9. I'm sure he'll indulge maybe some Nebraska volleyball questions as well. I would
think. You going out on a limber?
I would imagine. I think he's still pretty locked in on what's going on with that team.
Nobody in the portal.
I think he might care.
Again, no one.
Unbelievable.
In the portal.
They have a second window though, don't they?
I mean,
I'm not saying I expect any, but like potentially it could still happen, right?
Shout out DBK and
it's unbelievable. Unbelievable.
The crew.
Especially like the roster doesn't change that much. Like you only have 2 seniors, right? So you go and you go, oh yeah, my situation may not be changing much.
That's
impressive.
Six put it well though. I mean, it's a tough place to leave.
Speaking of the portal, Nebraska got a couple guys back out of the portal.
Yeah, one was a little premature on my part, so I apologize.
Oh, Braylon?
Yeah.
Well,
I like for the kids to do that.
Yeah.
That's on me.
It happened not too much later.
It's totally on me.
And then Tarver appears to be coming back as well.
Tarver's good. Plus, you start testing the market, and people got to understand, like, don't be mad at the guys. Sometimes Nebraska may say, hey, listen, we understand. We don't want you to feel compelled.
Yeah, you can test the waters.
You can test the waters.
Yeah.
See what's out there.
I think that happens at
like Journey.
Come on back.
Open arms.
I really more of a Creed guy when it comes to arms wide open. But I do think Nebraska.
Journey's open arms greater than Creed's. Yeah, for sure. That's the name of Creed's best song.
I agree. I agree with that 100%.
Well, I just heard
I think it's
the news today.
I'm not surprised, but like if I were to like rank them that as being probably their biggest hit, that's not my favorite song. Not close.
My Own Prison.
No, that's your favorite song. Mine is
It's my personality. Court is in session. The verdict is in.
I'm a big 6 Feet from the Edge.
No appeal on the docket today. Just my own sin.
That's early Creed too.
Yeah.
That's before they got popular. Yeah.
You know me, big cutting edge guy.
Well, yeah, because once they got popular, they're like, I'm out on Higher.
That's a pretty dumb song.
Hire's a great song. Get out of here.
You're like Timmy Feelgood. Like,
I mean, I love Creed. You know that.
I'm 6 feet from the edge and I'm thinking.
Yeah, that's my job. That's my jam. That's my favorite Creed song by far.
Weirdo.
I do have some random ones. Like they have an album they put out in like 2009, and I'm like, I kind of rock with that album.
Wasn't he just here?
Yeah, he was here in like August or September, I think.
Shane, did you go?
No, but it seems like they're always here.
I went last year.
Of course you did. You bid on the tickets in front of me. You were waiting for it to open.
I did. Yeah, I timed it. I was like, I'm ready to go. No, that was Chappelle.
No, it was Creed. We sat here after.
Oh,
and you logged on.
Maybe it was both of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's weird. Who's lobbying to wait in line for tickets?
Me, 100%.
Not for Creed.
Yeah. Listen, I'm just gonna tell you that show was packed.
No,
That's their concert, Grove.
I don't knock the hustle, man.
That show was packed.
I'm not gonna sit. It's
a big one last breath guy. That's my jam.
That ain't bad. I mean, it's better than the two aforementioned that you rallied.
Hire's a good song. I don't know what you're talking about. I appreciate My Sacrifice. That's a good one.
Yeah,
I don't
mind
My Sacrifice.
I don't mind that at all.
There's a lot. I mean, listen, they got a good discography.
So you're in that special.
Listen, I'm at the age, and you know this about me, where I do not care.
I'm at the Odyssey, my bad.
It's coming out this summer.
Big Iliad guy.
I am a big Iliad guy.
Of course you are.
I've read both of those in Latin. I have. Whatever. Doesn't matter. I'm at the age where I just do not care if people don't like what I like. It's like,
yeah, you're very, very transparent. I like that.
It's like, I like my seltzers. I'm going to watch the Creighton game late because I'm playing tennis.
Yeah.
Like,
enjoy a nice fuzzy navel.
Love Creed. Like, I don't care. What are we going to do? Well, it just does not matter.
Yeah. Wasn't that a popular drink once too?
Fuzzy navels?
Yeah.
I mean, maybe for your mom.
I've heard of that. I don't even know what's in that. I have no idea.
Whatever.
I know you make fun of me for the lemon drop. I've at least had a lemon drop. It's not like my go-to.
And I'm not gonna sit here and say I haven't. I'm just saying that's what I would do.
It's not like my go-to.
I want to watch everybody else, and I'm like, oh, this is a good little palate cleanser.
Yeah. People are like, hey,
it certainly doesn't work.
People are like, hey, you do shots? I'll be like, sure. And they're like, what do you want? I was like, I don't care. If somebody else is buying, I'm just like, just don't make it weird.
A buttery nipple tastes like butterscotch.
Yeah, and about 734 calories for trash.
I do not want anything that tastes like butterscotch. I'm not a butterscotch guy.
You hater.
I don't like butterscotch. It's not for me.
You're an old Brock's gold disc butterscotch. You're out.
No, I don't like butterscotch at all.
Dude, I used to sit next to an old guy in church, Fred, that used to have a ton of those.
Funky says boat shoes, tennis, and Creed. Robbie's happy place.
Yeah. I
yeah.
mean, that's nothing. That is very Ravi-esque.
Absolutely. And I do not care. I like what I like. I am too
Hot
old.
Pockets, Cheez-Its.
Not a big Hot Pockets guy. Not a big Hot Pockets
Famous Amos cookies.
No, it's usually, what are the cookies? No, those are Chips Ahoy usually because they come in the bags at Costco.
So I was looking for Zoe. I was looking for something for lunches, and the cookie assortment is out of control.
How so? Good or bad?
There's like 350 kinds of snack cookies.
Are there?
Oh, that's giving me a headache.
It feels like we're maybe doing too much. I've never.
Do you ever go in that aisle?
No, not really.
It's overwhelming.
Is that like at the regular store or is that one of the warehouse stores?
This time I happen to be in a regular store.
Yeah, so I don't. Most of the time,
soft, chewy, extra, with sprinkles, without. it's like,
I mean, you always gotta go with the soft cookie. I'm not trying to get a hard cookie. Like, not trying to get a crunch on a cookie. You know what I mean?
when you're acting extra, oh, I can't say it.
Extra what, DB?
I've been known to when I don't think guys are playing.
Yeah, you
very
say
hard,
you soft batch.
soft as a batch of cookies.
Yeah. They
I needed a quick workaround. I was drawing a blank.
Objectively, they taste better. Though.
I would have offended 2/3 of the population.
Yeah, I have an idea where you were going. Can't make fun of white people like that, DB. No. No, but in terms of like just talking about cookies, like the soft versions are better.
Yeah. Hey, Shane, by the way, Sylvester Stallone's turtle is 49. Buckus. Oh, no, Buckus was the dog.
Buckus is the dog.
I can't remember the turtle's name, but 49.
Dude, turtles live a long time.
Yeah, I looked at one in the pet store the other day.
Yeah,
it was ginormous.
You don't want to.
And apparently this thing, it's attached to the shell, so when you scratch the shell, it's the same as like rubbing their back. They can feel it.
Really?
I don't know. It's turtle. One of them, it's attached to the. Yeah, whatever.
I don't know. I don't know a lot about turtles.
The more you know.
You know me. I don't like being in a shell. We'll be right back. More Hurrdat Sports Live.
Well, it's been a minute since we beat Indiana, and so it's something that we really are aware of and alert to how aggressive they play. Just, they're very handsy defensively. They get after you. They don't make anything easy on that side of the ball. But then you start 4 kids that shoot over 40% from the 3-point line. And the last time they came into Pinnacle Bank Arena, I think we gave up 7 or 8 threes in the first quarter of that ball game or something. So it's really a dangerous team who's really hungry. I think that they have, their starting post player, for the first half of, all of non-conference play and back into the lineup. She played against Maryland in their last ball game, and I think she changes them.
Aspirations can drive us. Sometimes a simple gesture is what fuels the pursuit of a dream. When it's time to make your dream a reality, we are here to help. Centris Federal Credit Union. We are where you are.
Yeah, one is penalties. I think that was, again, just something we talked a lot about on Saturday before the game. We've been preaching it a lot there, but I thought it hurt us again on Friday night there. So that's one. And then just, again, I think really controlling the slot area of the ice, both offensively and defensively, not only the slot area, but the secondary opportunities that come from there. And then just making, just the decisions, right? I think that's when you get a team that doesn't have a lot of experience and playing this, not to make excuses, but at the end of the day, we got the second hardest schedule in the country, right? So right now we're finding when you make that crucial mistake at that crucial time, whether it's a penalty, whether it's a turnover, whether it's a save, whether it's not executing a goal, etc., that it really can come back to hurt you and ultimately, be the difference in those 1-goal games. So, but I love this group, man. They're dialed in, they're learning, they're hungry to get better. They're not making excuses. They know we have to be better in areas, and we're doing the work to get better in those areas.
Welcome to Hurrdat Sports Live.
Welcome back, Hurrdat Sports Live, presented by NextGen Male Medical. That's DBM Ravi, Lulla here at Hurrdat Sports Bar and Grill. We are joined by Michael ROSE-IVEY, former Husker and certified ball knower. MRI, what's going on, buddy?
What's up, fellas? How you guys doing?
Wow, you sound crystal clear, man. Where are you?
Actually in the car right now. I'm ripping and running. I got a little man, wife's out of town for a work trip, so I'm taking him to daycare, and then gonna scoot up to the school here after that.
Hey, so all right, so you've done have you done the whole drop off thing before? Are you, like, you experienced veteran, or are you thinking?
Oh yeah. I think I'm not as certified as a ball knower as much as I am a drop offer, but I feel like I've earned my stripes.
Yeah, so last year was maybe the first time in, I don't know, years, and I didn't know the procedure and protocol with my 7-year-old, so I felt like I was getting all the information from her. No, Dad, you go right here. No, they're gonna come.
Oh yeah, that still happens. Yep.
And I'm like, huh. And then
I got chastised this morning because I woke him up before his mom usually wakes him up. So
that believe me.
That was our breakfast conversation. Next time let him sleep.
It may hit me different, like from boy girl, because I get the connection early, but I've definitely gotten the whole, I try to do what I'm supposed to, you rub her back and then you let her kind of roll around, and so I try to do that, and inevitably I always get the "Where's Mom?"
Right.
Oh God, that's
no matter what, on and off the field, you always being compared to somebody. DB, that's what you got to remember. It's always a game of comparison.
So apparently he knows his clock, huh? He just didn't feel right to him.
Well, no, he has a light that like a blue little night light in his room, and it turns green when he can wake up. So we're teaching him early on color association.
And it establishes boundaries too, man. You're just not about to get up and walk around and do what you want to do.
Yeah. But he's been on a nice sleep schedule since he was young. Now he's been fighting it big time this past 2-3 weeks. It was bad over break. I mean, I was ready to kick him out. I was. If the Army would have took him, I wouldn't listen. I was tired of him. He was a lot.
Oh, there's a joke in there, but too soon for a young kid in the Army. Hey, so I mean, we're kind of watching this evolution, and I always love these questions where people say, "Hey, if such and such would have been available for you, what would you have done?" Because it's such a huge hypothetical. But have you just grown accustomed to freedom of movement, considering that's kind of the way it is for athletes?
Yeah, I have. I look at someone who, if I honestly, I don't know if I ever told him publicly. I mean, I went to Boulder after
it cut out in
year.
That cut out on you.
You hear me?
You went to Bo for
to transfer. I believe my freshman year. I think it's someone that wanted the opportunity, and it all worked out for me. But someone that wanted the opportunity, maybe move and have that freedom. I applaud the players for taking advantage of it. Obviously you would like to see more loyalty to one program, and things are changing. But I saw a tweet last night. Someone posted a very long tweet that basically was saying, this started way before we had the travel ball teams and everyone in the city, all the good players play on one team, and the parents that, hey, my kid's not playing, so hey, we're going to take him to another organization where he can be a star. This stuff started well before college athletics allowed freedom of movement. So I think it's important to understand sports is a microcosm of society. And when we're looking at sports, we can't just look at it through a thin microscope, right? We have to look at it through the whole picture of what is society like these days, how are things going, and seeing that being played through college athletics right now. It sucks. Yeah, we want to see more regional loyalty and things like that, but it's gotten so big that right now the NTA in some instances are some people think are self-sabotaging this portal things, so the Congress has to come in and do something. So it's just very interesting.
Listen, I love aluminum foil, especially the heavy duty type. So I'll put my tinfoil hat on. I kind of agree because I think they wanted Congress to step in before it was even a thing. And Congress was like, yeah, no. But as the money gets bigger and you start looking at, people making gobs of money. I mean, maybe it's just inevitable, right? It started with the House committee, I think.
Yeah, I mean, it has to be. And, it has to be something that's going to happen. And I'm hoping it does happen. On a personal note, I filled out that settlement for that house settlement. So I'm waiting for that thing. I'm waiting for that to go
Hey,
through.
nobody told me. I feel like I missed the boat to get my 25 cents. I missed
Man,
the video game thing. I didn't get anything.
You were too early. I'll set them up. They cut it off.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks, guys.
You may have gotten a little bit of something. I think there was something previous to the NIL stuff that they were giving out, but yeah, that thing's gonna drag. I mean, about time they get done, because most of it has to go to lawyers, so it's gonna there ain't gonna be much to split up for everybody else.
Listen, so I was kind of chuckling. I don't know if you were tagged. There was this huge thing. I'll send it to you. It was a coach. I think he's from here, not here. Here is in Nebraska. He was giving the whole synopsis on what's wrong with kind of Nebraska defensively, and he tagged me, and he basically was talking about just men, right? And I couldn't help but to chuckle because I go back to all the discussions you and I had early on about, do you remember which front it was? It was the tight front, right? Which is basically
right
the version of what happens when you use the Met. It's for people out there listening, it's a way to play defense. And I'm like, we've been talking about this for like 10, 12 weeks. It has some limitations. You see a lot of teams playing against spread. Saban is a big fan of like this whole tight front stuff. It has some drawbacks. You think that's something that with a 4-2-5 or what Nebraska wants to get into defensively, you could see them utilize? Or you think odd is odd and even?
I don't see them being a tight front team. I see them being I wouldn't say a strictly, but on base downs, par downs, first and 10, second and 6 plus, I think they're gonna be in a 4-man front. Now, from watching the San Diego State film, they do get into some odd structures on third down. Yeah. I've been probably looking and finding anything about Saban's system probably since I would say 2011, 10, right? And so when you see the evolutionary system, which is used mostly you can see through Dan Lannon, they use a tight front in situations, right? They're going to use it versus 12 personnel, but when they get to 11P in those spread sets, they're really in over and under sets. And that's what I tried to get people to understand from last year. Like, you're not marrying yourself to being in a tight front. Like Dave Aranda marries himself to the tight front, right? He's going to tight front, whether it's spread, whether it's 22 personnel. That's what he does.
Right? Setting edges against mobile quarterbacks.
Exactly, right, and it, like you said, it has its drawbacks. But for Nebraska, what they're looking at, I don't see them. I don't foresee them going into that odd structure on those par downs, those base downs. See them more so, like I said, 4 down on first and second down, and then get some 3-man structures on third down.
When you're looking at, sorry, Ravi.
No, go for it.
When you're looking at like the way that football is played, most people have now kind of they prefer functional mobility, right, from the quarterback spot. There isn't a ton of like just true drop back. I'd say there's probably 5-6 teams maybe that are good at it, and this is across college football, certainly not in the Big Ten. But
under center.
Yeah, when I just talk drop back football, 5-7 step drop, vertical in the passing game. Is there a way that you'd like to play defense, given how college football has evolved?
I would say it would have to be a mixture of playing some type of 3-man structure and a 4-man structure. Now it's the body types, right? You have to have D linemen, especially interior guys, right? That can play in a one gap and also in a gap and a half defense. Meaning, right, we're gonna play lighter box, and that's a big crave around, right? The Saban, Lanning, smart system is their big quotas. We're gonna do more with less, right? So we're gonna have a 315-pounder that can play the A gap and also the other half of the B gap with either his body or the offensive lineman's body. And that's be the ideal world that you have to live in, right? Is be able to have those structures where you can play on par down, you can be able to line up in 3-man structures, play 4-man structures, send simulated pressures, right? When you get into those muddy areas, 2nd and 5 situations, and then on 3rd down, get to your exotic looks, right? Load up fronts to the field and boundary, sending different type of stunts at the offensive lineman and really breaking down protections. I mean, if you look at any defense coordinator at any level, that's Flores, Fangio, anyone at any level right now, a top defensive coordinator, that's what they're doing, right? They're being able to get into 4-man and 3-man structures on par downs while also getting to their, blitz packages, exotic packages on 3rd down. And that's the recipe right now to be able to stop offenses until they really go back to really pound the football, which I think the next 3 to 5 years, we're going to see the elevation of the run game and probably getting back to more under center drop back pass game, I think, with how lighter defenses are getting with their boxes and thinking they can play, hey, we're going to play 5 guys to cover 7 gaps, right? And then we'll force the ball outside, right, type of mentality. So it'll be interesting to see as the schematical chess match goes back and forth with offenses. But I definitely think defensive coaches I think they won 2025, 2026. I think it's been some really, really good defense on all levels and found some really good examples of good defensive coordinators.
Interesting. Advantage defensive guys the last 2 years?
I think so. I think
anecdotally, it does seem like scoring's down.
Mm-hmm. And maybe it's just me with being being pissy about Pat Mahomes and kind of how his downfall's been the past 2 years. But I think the objective of what defense want to accomplish against quarterbacks that want to push the ball downfield has forced them to play higher shells, 2-man. That's why you're seeing a lot of this 3 high, whether it be 3-man or 4-man structures, where they're forcing you to take checkdowns. We're seeing a lot of guys go 20 for 29 for 198 yards, right? That's 80s football, right? You get what I'm saying? That's not the high flying 25 of 35, 300, all that type of stuff. So we're seeing less of that, more of those type of stats. And you're creating, I think, better quarterback play in that too, because you're making guys make better decisions. So I think the game is getting better. Going on a tangent there. I think the game is getting better in that sense because defensive coaches have caught up to the offensive coaches.
Why do you think it hasn't? Because this is actually something I talked about with DB, I think, a lot over the last year or so, especially in the NFL, is why do you think they haven't started to switch more to, like you were saying, some of that power running game faster, where you look at it and you go, hey, if they're playing these guys, these 3 and 4 high safeties all the time, there's obviously an advantage there. Why do you think that that transition hasn't happened a little bit quicker?
People lie. I think people say they want to win football games, but I think they want to display their identity. So there's a lot of coaches that's going to live in, hey, we're a spread team, we do X, Y, Z, but the best coaches, right? You're seeing the Campbells, those type of guys, right? We're going to do whatever it takes to win, right? Win that ball game, win that moment, win that situation. So I think that's the biggest thing you're seeing with why guys haven't done it. But again, it's a trickle down effect right now in the NFL, more 12 and 13, 21, 22 personnel starting to be more prevalent on par down. So I think you'll start seeing that in college more. And again, it'll change the recruiting landscape and what guys are looking for offensively and so on and so forth.
The team that comes to mind, like when I think Rams, like 12 and 13 personnel, is 2023 Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you just ask me off the top, like, okay, a lot of counter, the kind of the little gap stuff, multiple tight ends, the shifts. If it's a copycat league or a copycat kind of theme, do you understand kind of where Nebraska or Coach Rule, he's talking about with this is, Coach Wade and kind of the offensive evolution in terms of the run game, where he kind of said out loud, he's like, look, we want to run more counter. We want to get out and do X, Y, and Z with more penning and pulling.
Mm-hmm.
You think you think the start of how they want to play?
You might as well call it, yeah. I mean, I think it's exactly what he wants to do. And people don't understand when a coach says we want to have a running offense, right? It doesn't just change the type of quarterback you have, right? You have to have offensive linemen that can pull, have on the move awareness to be able to pick up guys as gaps change. And so when you look at G. Blake coming in and him talking about what they did at Georgia Tech, I think that's got to be something that Rule has to implement and get the right guys in there that can do that. I think the kid from Iowa State, where they swing them at, either right guard, he can be and move. I think
breaking up just a
major
little bit.
overhaul just as much as the quarterback position.
So when you look at a guy like Babalade, or Black, or some of the offensive linemen, there's some athleticism involved. Do you think the body types change?
Are we losing?
Yeah, I think body changed. I think you have to get more guys that are agile that can move in space. You hear me?
Yep, you're back now.
I'm good.
You're good there. Say something now.
I should be good now.
Yep, there you go. You're back.
All right. Yeah. So I think the way the offensive guys you get change, right? You have to get more agile guys, get them moving on. They can move on the run. Have a good football IQ, right? We talk about all the fronts and stuff changing for defenses, right? That things happen post snap, so you have to have guys that can move well in space, move well enough in space, and then still be able to identify guys out in space and make those key blocks. So yeah, I think there's some things that have to change as far as the guys you get at the quarterback position, but also at the O-line position.
So when you're looking at some of the guys they've brought in on the O-line, does that give you an indication of what you think Nebraska looks like offensively next year? Or do you get more from the transition into a dramatically more mobile quarterback?
Again, I think it's a mixture of both. I think, again, when you have more of a mobile quarterback, you have to have a mobile offensive line, right? Because now you're going to be doing, even in the pass game, right? I would expect more sprint outs, cutting the field in half, dash passes and things like that, right? Where you can get the quarterback out on the outside and give him opportunity to throw the ball to one or two receivers and make it a simpler read. So you have to have guys that can be able to move. And then again, going back to it, talking about these moving fronts and how fronts like to play nowadays, it's just important that guys are able to match that on the other side of the ball. So I think it's I don't think it's any indication. I think if Rule's saying that he wants it done, and I think in this point with the selection of assistants and, obviously the track record and saying, how many guys are going in and come out through the past 3 to 4 years, that's probably obvious on the forefront of his mind. So I think in this time right now, right, it's I wouldn't say next year is a do or die season for Rule, but I think it's a very, very strong indication for people on the other side to say, hey, I don't think this experiment is going to work if things don't go the way it should, right? And the schedule is the schedule, right? And I think all Nebraska fans, the team, the program, the coach are looking for is competing at a high level against every team on that schedule, regardless who the opponent is. So, you talk more about that as we get more close towards the season and all that stuff. But obviously, I think if he's asking for it and he's talking about it in the press conferences and stuff like that, this is going to be something to be a huge emphasis for him.
So how would you want to play up front with fundamentally or technique wise to combat college football or offenses today? Would you want to be lighter, quicker? Would you want to be you can't? Well, some can have it all, but if you have to start with a basic ingredient, what would it look like?
Very technically sound and strong interior D lineman. I think that's where it starts at. I think you can mold edges a little bit.
At the point of attack. So you're not talking about on the move.
I'm talking about three techniques and in.
On you. Yeah.
Yeah. 3 techniques and in. I think those will be the guys that have to be the building blocks, right? That we have to have for the guys we want. We have to have a 75 to 80% hit rate on, right? And we have to identify those guys early. And they may not come into the program looking like what the end product is going to be, but we know they have the skill set or they have the traits that we can mold and build upon to create the type of player we want on the inside. And then from there, I would say, you're going to be looking at the outside edges too, and kind of what those edges look like. But again, I think if you have to be able to play a mixture of heavy personnel, and I say heavy, I'm not. That's the thing people think. When people play a 3-man front, that you have to have like a 330 nose nowadays, right? Most noses right now are about 315, 310, right? They're not the Tony Siraguses, right, of the back in the old day. So you got to be able to identify guys that you can put weight on, that have good hip hinge, explosiveness through the hips, good flexibility and mobility through the lower half, especially in the ankles and knees, and can be able to handle those large blocks that they're going to take on inside against those guards and center. So definitely on the interior, 3 techs and in, that have to be a spot that we have to hit on as a program.
That's interesting. Edge rushers get all the money, and as do corners. And you're going, give me the 2 guys inside, whether you're a 3, a 2-eye, a shape. Oh, like, I get it.
They're going to allow. They're going to allow those guys to play ball. You know what I mean? If we can just run up the middle, the ball ain't getting to the outside, right? And we ain't getting into pass rush situations.
But I just think it's interesting because everybody wants to spill.
Yeah, for sure. I think it comes down to obviously the flashiness of a sack, how impactful that is, and the allure of that. But I mean, as a coach, and you're a coach, so you get. There's things at film we get way more excited for than average fan will. But I will love up a defensive lineman in our film room for a -1 tackle. Shoot a tackle at the line of scrimmage where I'm shot shed, I get extension, I'm making a 1-more tackle, doing everything that we've coached and drilled throughout the week. That gets me just excited as a sack. And again, it's about setting up the opportunity. I can't get the 3rd down and get to our exotic packages if we're not winning far down. So we're not winning 1st, 2nd down. So you got to have guys that can stop the run, regardless how important and how flashy the pass is and all that stuff. We got to have guys that can play gaps and gap and a half. That's for me. I'm big on that Pete Jenkins type of style of defensive line play where we're gonna try to control as much up front, take us some stuff off our back end guys, and just control gaps as much as we can up front and make plays at the line of scrimmage or beyond as we can.
You can't even. You can hear my smile because I'm not blowing our own horn, but for as creative and for what we can do out of our odd front, and we can play a couple of different coverages, and that stuff's cute. But if you give me I will do cartwheels over a nose that can 2-gap, right? Where it just changes everything that you can do defensively. And I don't care if it's odd or even. You give me the guy in the interior. So when you said anything from 3 on in, I'm like, yeah, your world changes dramatically with a guy that cannot, because number 1, they're hard to come by, but 2, when they're good, they got chances they're like unicorns.
Yeah. For sure.
Yeah, I'm tickled right about now.
MRI, have you moving off the defensive line and into that second level? Obviously, Nebraska felt like they needed to shore some things up at the linebacker spot, bringing in 3 guys from the transfer portal. If you were Nebraska, based on what you saw this year, what would you have been looking for from the linebacker spot when you're going to look for new players?
You're going to have to – okay, so the difference now with the type of backers you had right before, what you may be looking for, and the 3 – okay, I'm going to call it a stack, some of the stack, the tight stuff. It's more 1 gap, right? Fast fitting, right? Kind of a flowing defense. So the guys you need to have, because you're basically building. That's the thing about the 3-man front. You're basically building a 4-man front post snap. It's just we're not showing where that three technique, or okay, I'll say 3 technique, where the bubble's going to be at, right? The open B gap is going to be. So you can get a little thicker backers, maybe shorter backers, right? That may not be. You may not be looking for them to play as well in space and maybe in coverage, right? But with this 4-2-5, right, you're going to have opportunities where your backer is going to be more stack and fit type players because now we have 2 open gaps, right? We have an A and a B gap in our over or under front that has to be covered. And, I don't know the ins and outs of Aurich's defense, right? But for the most part, most teams, kind of fit off the running back and single back, right? So we're not going to have just one gap
Yeah.
regardless. We're playing quarters, we're playing cover 3, we're playing now cover 1 and man coverage may get a little more, hey, we want to be penetrators and play hot to our gap. But in those zone schemes, when you're playing a more 4-man front, you have the flexibility to have stack and fit backers because you're going to get an insert somewhere, right? Your third insert going to be either that boundary safety, right? It could be a boundary corner. It could be the field safety or the field nickel, right? So it just changes how you're getting the fit. But I definitely think with all the linebackers, just looking briefly at them and kind of some of their film, they get more, I think, instinctual, right? Linebackers in the sense that understand how gaps move and playing off of them. And they're obviously they're veterans, right? So you're expecting them to come in with the knowledge and of understanding how to play in that type of system and play behind maybe a D lineman that has the freedom and flexibility to cross face and work into that A gap from his 3 technique spot. So now I have to work off of them. So I think all those linebackers they brought in can contribute. And I think there's still guys on the roster right now that they'll be here from last year that can contribute. And I'm looking forward to those guys taking another step and really learning this defense and improving upon their performance this past season.
You could definitely tell they're focusing on runner hitters, like little lighter, athletic.
Yep.
Like there's definitely a theme in terms of who they're bringing in.
And I think too, those guys have to be able to cover tight ends. I mean, I think last year was a really good year for Big Ten tight ends. We saw a kid from Michigan, two guys from Michigan really play well. A guy from Indiana, my goodness, I can't remember his name, but
he's a matchup.
He had a highlight show. He had a highlight show a couple of weeks ago.
And didn't start playing until the second half of the season, really, from contributing. And he's turned out.
Yeah, probably get his name called on draft day. So there's some good tight ends that you're going to face in the Big Ten. I mean, again, this is the most NFL-like league as far as just the play overall everywhere that you see at every position. And I think Rule understands that. And hey, I cannot. The biggest knock, and I played for Bo, and we all know the knock on Bo was that he didn't make any changes, right? And I can't fault Rule ever from what I've seen in his tenure. He is not afraid to look in the mirror and say, "Hey, I thought otherwise, and this didn't happen, and I need to make a change," right? Or, "Hey, I maybe had the feeling this was going to happen. I let this happen. This is on me. I need to make a change." And I salute that. That's nothing
I'm telling you, man,
frown upon, in my opinion.
That's why I rock with him.
Yeah.
Like, if nothing else, the self-awareness and the ownership, you're always going to give yourself a chance. It doesn't guarantee results.
Yeah, it doesn't guarantee
it. You do give yourself a chance.
Yeah. Yep. And I think and I'm hoping that it all works out and it gets Nebraska back into the right side. But at the end of the day, if it didn't, and we're looking back at senior, I can't fault him for that now. And like I said, I would applaud that. That's something we all can do a little better of, have that self-reflection.
Michael ROSE-IVEY ends with a wheezy moment. It'll all work out. It'll all work out.
That is our guy, Michael ROSE-IVEY, MRI. Appreciate the time. As always, great stuff. We'll talk to you soon.
Appreciate you guys, man. Enjoy the rest of the weekend. Have a good weekend.
Thanks,
You
buddy.
too, my guy.
You
That
too.
is MRI. Good stuff there.
Yeah, the whole mint versus tight front thing, it's all the craze. It has limitations, so it's not a one size fits all.
Can I ask?
We've been talking about this tight front since week 2.
Can I ask a question about two gap?
Yeah.
Is it even practical to try and run a system where you have to find guys that can do that consistently?
Are you in an odd front?
Well, because you call them unicorns, right?
They're not necessarily unicorns. They're just hard to come by, because this is just the cliff notes.
Okay.
So in these tight front, what these people are talking about with mint and tight fronts, you're usually playing with a 0.
So head up on center.
And 2 4s.
Okay.
Like 4 eyes.
Okay.
I've talked about playing in 4s. It's hard to rush the passer because
4 eyes inside the tackle.
Yeah, because it's hard to rush the passers because you're giving up your angles.
Yeah. You can't dip and get around.
You're giving up your angles. So it's hard. You need guys, if you're going to play in fours,
Mm-hmm.
you need guys that are really good natural pass rushers, but can stop the run.
Mm-hmm. So
it's just
you're typically talking about probably a little bit bigger guys at that point too.
I'm talking about like Justin Smiths.
Yeah.
So like Richard Seymour's
290-pound defensive ends, basically.
It's just hard to give up. It's hard to rush passers from always being from the inside and still being good at it.
Mm-hmm.
You're just giving up your leverage. So, but it has a ton of benefits too, because
if you can do it,
you're all active in the run game.
Yeah.
You have no wasted D linemen.
Yeah.
So if you have a guy,
because if you're out playing wide, that guy, if they're running inside of him, he's basically just out of play.
The goal for almost any defense should be one guy, two gaps. If you can do that, you can always be +1.
Yeah.
That helps you with the quarterback run game. Now, there's some drawbacks to it too, because it's hard to set the edges.
Sure. Because you're inside.
Yeah, it's hard.
So you almost have to spill versus box?
You're definitely spilling.
Okay.
But it's hard to set the edges for QB run game, and sometimes it's hard to get vertical with pass rush.
Is it hard to set the edge on like a stretch play too then, or no?
Yeah.
Okay.
You got to be able to run.
Okay.
You have to
especially
run,
at
and you
the
have
linebacker
to play,
spots?
You have to play at 45s. But it has a ton of advantages.
Hmm.
It is really good against inside zone. It's very good against counter. It has – in the new studio has a dry erase board, right?
Yeah, I will.
It's going to be sensational.
Yeah.
I can't wait. When are we moving? A couple weeks?
Probably beginning of February. A few weeks still.
Oh, Valentine's homemade holiday gift to me?
Yeah, exactly.
Nice.
Yeah, we got you.
Like you care.
I do. I want the whiteboard so we can learn.
Yeah, it's I hear a ton about it. It's not always practical.
DJ asked a good question. Is teaching a guy David ask a good question. Is teaching a guy to be able to is it possible to teach a guy to be able to two gap, or is that kind of more of a natural physical ability thing?
So it has to look natural, right? You have to be able to feel pressure and in essence always be able to fall back into the A gap.
Okay.
Right? Because you're kind of occupying. Collinsworth, he glossed over it a little about what Cam Hayward was doing.
Okay.
During the Steelers-Ravens game, but I don't know how locked you were, but it was like the Cam Hayward feature. Like they just kept talking about two gapping, and he was doing it from a DT spot. But the goal of almost any defense is one guy, two gaps. If you can pull that off, it just cleans up run fits. Backside insides know that they're weak side A gap guys. Like if you're good up the middle and an odd front, you can do anything. Now it may not be as prevalent for what Nebraska wants to do, getting in some over and under with four-mans, but still you want to be good at the 1 and the 3. Right, because you're thinking in a traditional, generically in a 4-man, you're going to play with a 1, a 3, a 5, and a 7. Given a few slight variations. If you're good with the 1 and the 3s, those techs, you're going to figure out a way to set edges.
Yeah. So
because you're going to be able to stop inside zone.
Is that why? Is guys being able to two gap? Is that why teams have gone to like duo where they're doubling down on a guy?
Absolutely.
Just to wash him out of the play.
Root him out. And the one thing you'll hear a coach say over and over and over again, you cannot get washed. But that is the beauty of duo.
Is that it makes it way easier to wash a guy out of the play.
You have good natural angles.
Yeah. Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah.
All right. Let's take a quick break here.
It's your tutorial.
Let's take a quick break here before we get to Brian Edwards. Get in a little more college football playoff chat here.
Yeah, it's crazy that it's on a Thursday night.
It's weird. It doesn't feel like they're playing.
Would it be a big number? Lance asked a good question. What DN wants to play in a 4-eye? Very few.
Sure, it's not sexy, right?
It is. That is a fantastic. Ask Jay Moore sometime or Grant. Hey man, what do you think about playing in a 4?
Well,
it's miserable.
Oh, I thought you said Jay Foreman for a second. I was like, he played the 3 all the time, right?
Yeah, as a linebacker playing over guards.
Yeah. All right, we'll take a quick break here at Hurrdat Sports Live. We'll be right back.
Yeah, we've had a tough non-conference, and I think it bodes well. Yeah, I don't think our guys have seen. It's not like we haven't seen anything so far. We've seen a lot. We've seen a lot of tough, high caliber wrestlers. We wrestled Oklahoma State twice. We've already wrestled Ohio State. They won the national duels, so are they the best team out there? Right now, probably. So, we haven't seen Penn State, so they're all good. And they all got good guys, and matchups. We all saw. When you have tough matches and you win big meets, it's about winning those tight matches and finding a way to do it, and that's what we've been honing in on more, and winning those moments, and that's what these big matches are all about. So it's gonna be great these next few weeks.
The Omaha Supernovas season is just around the corner. Merritt Beeson's joining me now, of course, a former Nebraska Cornhusker. Merritt, how are we doing today?
Good, how are you?
Well, very excited for the season, and obviously you coming to Omaha, having so many ties to the state of Nebraska, how special is it to embark on your first year here?
Yeah, it's been so cool just being back already. Nebraska has truly become like my second home, and so the minute that I stepped foot back in the state, I just felt that and felt, all the love from everyone around us. But I'm just super excited. Everybody says there's truly no place like Nebraska, and just playing in a state that celebrates volleyball so much is something that I wanted to be a part of again. So I'm super excited for our season to get going.
Yeah, take me back to that phone call with John Cook. What was your reaction seeing his name on your phone?
Yeah, it was definitely weird. It was like I was in the portal again, getting recruited by him again, and that was obviously not something that I thought that I would be like having those kind of conversations with him anymore. And so it was really special, and I think obviously he's been a big part of like getting my love for the game back and just growing in the sport itself for me. He's been a huge part of that, and so to have him kind of along this journey with me as well has been really cool.
A successful financial future is built one coin at a time. Whether you're just starting out or a seasoned saver, we've got the financial resources and team of experts who will be with you every step of the way. Centris Federal Credit Union. We are where you are.
You're listening to Hurrdat Sports Live.
Welcome back, Hurrdat Sports Live. That's DB. I'm Ravi Lulla here at Hurrdat Sports Bar and Grill. Reminding you, make sure you go check out our guys at NextGen Male Medical. I know it's got male right there in the name, but you don't have to be. They got stuff for females as well. Peptide therapy, weight loss therapy, whatever you need to get to feeling your best. If you're like me, get a little Sermorelin.
I got Oaktown 357.
Little
Oaktown 157.
That's BPC 157.
BPC, baby.
That's the body protecting compound. That's what the BPC stands for.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna kid you though.
You need to get on the TB 500 too.
Yeah, you told me that yesterday.
That's the good stuff. So they have
I
like
bug Nick like crazy.
Do you?
I'll be curious. Say, hey, like, does my man DB hit you up over text? He's gonna be like, man, this dude.
Well, we're gonna.
But he seems so good natured.
Oh, he is. I like Nick a lot.
Yeah. So I haven't seen like the last couple of times.
Yeah.
I haven't seen him, but I have to get recalibrated because I screwed up. I used to be a Wednesday guy.
Oh,
and
yeah.
then the holidays fell on Wednesdays.
Yeah.
And I left. So I had to slide in on a Friday.
Yep.
And I was like, hey, I'll see you back on Wednesday. And I said, I'll see you guys Wednesday. And they're like, no, you won't. And I was like, wait, I thought we redid the deal. And she's like, no, it's too soon. Okay, what do you mean it's too soon? Like, she's like, look, relax. It's the days are too close together. It's not that you get on our nerves, even though you really do.
They don't mean it's too soon to see you.
Yeah.
It's too soon to get another shot.
Yes.
No,
Yes.
yeah, you got to get on the.
So the 500, you feel good?
Yeah, I feel great.
You're in a better mood.
Well, that's just because I'm good natured. I held a straight face as long as I could.
Oh,
it's all the tennis I'm playing. I feel good, you know.
So 500 greater than.
No, they work well.
They
work well together, and they do kind of different things, right? So the 1.5.
Well, one's more acute. Right?
Yeah,
157 is more acute.
Yeah, like if you've got a problem, it will help heal that specific issue.
Like Morgan Wallen.
Different type of problems. I don't think it will solve his problems.
Say I'll never change.
But like when your back was hurting you, right? Like BPC 157 is good for that. Whereas the TB 500 is more like overall injury prevention. That's why I take it for the tennis stuff. Make sure I don't get that tennis elbow. Make sure the legs feel good.
I might switch to the 500 just to see if I can start boxing again.
So they
My
do this.
hands are so bad.
They do this thing called the Wolverine pack, which is both of them.
I see it on the on the
Yeah,
chalkboard.
so you can do both at the same time.
Who writes all that stuff?
I don't know. It's good handwriting though.
It's amazing.
Yeah, and they like do little pictures and stuff.
And how does the chalk not rub?
Well, it's like dry erase, right? It's not like real chalk, is it? Or is it chalk?
I don't know. We use one here, and I'm fascinated by it. I used to read it all the time, but I haven't been getting any notes lately.
Yeah, you gotta get the specials going. Got the winter specials here. So,
oh, what are they?
I have to look it up. I don't remember.
Caleb wants one more good meal. Can I just say this?
Yeah.
And I'm gonna move on. He needs to go back to Lincoln.
You want me to take you guys to Terra Gaucho, pay off the bet?
Yes. I need somebody to. I spent $147 on groceries in 3 days with these dudes.
Let's go. When does he go back?
Not soon enough.
Well, no, I'm trying to schedule
it. He's going with me to Nebraska City today.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
What a nice son.
Yeah, I want to do something nice for the guy that hosts the deal.
Yeah.
So I sneakily we're gonna raffle off his game gloves.
Oh, nice. There you
I don't know
go.
if Caleb knows that, but and let him keep the proceeds.
Oh, that's nice.
Oh man, they're good to me.
They are.
They got a dry erase board.
We're gonna have one.
Jeez,
Man.
You just got to tell me how nice you were. Then you just snapped.
I'm so good natured.
Games are coming in, by the way, so we should have Brian here in like 1 minute.
What's he doing?
He's getting
enjoying
ready.
his copy.
We should have him in like 30 seconds.
You got to get to Caleb out there though.
He said,
when does he go back though?
Wait, he said, "What are we talking about? I want prevention for tennis injuries." What are we talking about, Ravi?
Talking about NextGen Male Medical, TB 500, baby.
Yeah, bull.
Go check it out. Listen, I'm just saying, I'm 38. I'm not the natural athlete that DB is, but I like to play tennis like 3-4 times a week.
Wait a minute, Headley. What was I chatting about?
It helps me out.
I don't know what Headley's talking about. He's crazy. I can't.
It helps me out,
That dude pings like.
No. When does Caleb go back?
They have meetings Sunday.
Okay, so we could go.
He hasn't been there. I took Breeze.
I'm trying to think. We go like Friday.
I have a Dookie Clint game. I have a $50 gift certificate to there too.
Oh, so we could take everybody.
Dookie Clint hit me up.
Yeah, we could take everybody. What do you got? What do you got going on Friday? We go Friday.
I don't think anything.
All right,
dude. I had a dog dropped in my lap. I'm doing basically nothing.
Bring the dog. Not to tear gotcha. I don't think they allow animals there, but
you guys want to get the Brian?
Hey, did I take? I gotta tell you about this lady I saw at the grocery store.
All right.
We better get to B.
Let's get to B. Edwards, our Vegas insider.
Where you been all my life, sunshine?
Happy New Year, gentlemen.
Happy New Year to you. What, are you just sobering up? Where you been?
I've been backstage for like 3 minutes.
Taking advantage of the fact we're podcasting and we're not really on a clock. You just kind of.
And I'm not trying to get on Shane. I guess he was waiting for me to reply to his text. I thought because I was backstage that it was understood. I'm ready. So my bad, Sugar Shane.
Yeah, Belle Biv DeVoe, backstage, underage, adolescent cheese, fine. Why? Like
I'm more of a poison guy.
Well, you're throwing me off because you don't have the headphones on.
You sound.
Oh, I got you. Yeah. I don't need the headphones because I got a new laptop.
I like that.
Did you get it for Christmas?
No, I've had a new laptop for like 3 or 4 weeks.
Yeah,
I guess I've only been on maybe once or twice.
He's been headphoneless before.
Shows lately.
Oh man, you sound crystal clear. I like the specs too. Are those new? I'm into glasses now because I'm blind.
Man, these are Walmart like $15 because I lost my expensive pair and I'm going the Walmart $15 route for a while.
Oh, you and me both. I listen. Hey, need a pair? Any pair? Need a pair? Any pair?
B, I need to tech.
And I have 2 at home. I'm up to 5.
B, do you have?
But I'm afraid to wear the chains around the neck to keep from losing.
Right, yeah.
Because I'm still only 50, so I don't. What are you laughing at, numbnuts?
Does he? B, do you have a prescription? Like, have you been to an eye doctor?
Yeah, I'm plus 1.75.
Okay, so that's our issue here with our boy DB.
Okay,
is that he refuses to even go get an eye exam, so he's just guessing what
he's
readers.
Guessing. See, that's gonna mess your eyes up even more.
What happened to the tree of trust?
And by the way, this is how long I've been backstage. I heard Ravi say, "I'm just a good-natured person."
Wait, you knew he was lying.
I've been backstage because that started my backstage.
You knew he was fibbing. That dude, he's like the worst.
No, I'm always nice to be.
He's like the bad chip in a good bag of chips. You're like, oh, where'd that one come from? That was burnt.
You keep coming back for more.
I'm a glutton.
Hey, remind me who Nebraska got at quarterback. I saw it yesterday or the day before. Who did you guys get?
Anthony Calandria.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, not bad. Mountain West Player of the Year.
I was having nightmares, B, I'll be honest, because there were some rumors for a minute that they were trying to get DJ Lagway to visit. And I was like, my God, this would be the worst possible thing to happen.
Can you
imagine him having to remotely cheer for Lagway?
He visited FSU as well.
Oh, I know. I know. But at least I don't have to talk about Florida State that often. That's more of like they're like my side chick over here, or it's just like they stay over. But like if he ended up at Nebraska, that'd be tough for your boy.
Yeah, I bet it would be.
All right, are we? So is your trend as you've been crunching numbers before we get to the nitty gritties? Are you finding yourself more on the public side or anti-public this week?
I mean, the Indiana line's gone from 4 to 3. I mean, what are we thinking? I
like Oregon. So but I liked them all along. So don't mind me.
Well, look,
I said 4 was too many.
Look, I mean, I've been pretty good in basketball, but my football over the holidays was an absolute bloodbath the wrong way. So your listeners might want to fade me. I had Georgia against Ole Miss.
That was Kirby's fault.
Yeah, what's that boy doing?
I mean, we're so unaccustomed to seeing those in-game missteps that it's like dramatic.
Yeah, I've been really bad lately. Oh, and Vandy hurt me bad.
Oh, they teased you though, didn't they?
They teased me. They teased me with a rally, didn't they?
Yeah.
Oh man.
So speaking of eye doctor, those first 2.5 quarters, I think Pavia was playing blind.
He got it going eventually, but yeah, he missed that 4th down throw. But the punter before halftime, I don't know if you guys were watching that.
Yeah.
I mean, 4th and 27. Don't think, punter. Just catch and punt. Don't think. I don't care about how much room you have. It's 4th and 27. You're not going anywhere.
For what's going on around everybody in the SIP, 3 seems very, very light. Everybody loves Miami, but it's still locked in on a key number. What do you like?
I like Ole Miss. Has it moved to 3? I got 3.5.
I got it down to 3 this morning.
So I'm seeing 3s minus 120. So it may be coming that way, B.
Okay. Well, I got 3.5 early in the week. I think we've got the quarterback advantage here, and I know Miami's defense is nasty. Those DNs, is it pronounced Messidor and Bain?
Yep.
Well, look, those guys are going to get gas chasing after Trinidad Chambliss for 3+ quarters. I don't know what they're going to have in the tank in the 4th quarter. I like Ole Miss to win outright, but again, I'm ice cold. But I know the Hurricanes defense is just playing lights out, but so is this Ole Miss offense, and I just think they're going to outscore them. I like the Rebels to win outright.
So here's my question, B, and I'm not trying to poke too many holes, but
no, you're good. Look, I'm cold as ice. I'm telling you guys, I'm cold as ice.
It's all about confidence, B. You got to will it into existence.
In your opinion, is the Ole Miss offense more prodigious than what we thought the Ohio State offense was?
They got
I think Ole Miss's offense is as good as any offense in the country.
Okay.
Yeah, it's got significantly more versatility.
Okay.
And I just think Chambliss can nullify the awesome pass rush with his elusiveness.
And now, if they catch the rock, because he's a top 3 round tight end, Ole Miss can use tight ends too, which is where you can kind of get after schematically the way Miami likes to play. Tight ends may be a thing.
And DeJuan Wright is a big dude. He's 6'7".
Nice. I don't know what he was doing against Georgia, but that guy is way good.
Yeah, and he can stay in and block on those DNs a little bit too if they need him to.
All right, let's go to Indiana and Oregon. It started as 4. It's come down a smidge. What say you?
Okay, on my podcast on Southeastern 16, we've been saying since like early mid-October of 24, we're never fading Curt Cignetti again. Well, I went with Alabama. We have this rule on our podcast for like more than a year, and I broke it, and I paid for it. I broke it twice this year. I also took them against Illinois. So all Cignetti did to me was win 63-10 against Illinois when I backed Illinois. And then that beat down on Alabama, which was worse than the score suggested. And that's what he does to me when I go against him. I'm on Indiana this week. I'm on Indiana next week. And I'm on Indiana forever, okay? Always. I'm never not betting on
Indiana minus 54. Lay it.
I don't care. That's why I haven't been I bet on them like every week last year, and I've barely bet on them this year just because their lines have been so inflated, but I don't care. It's Indiana always from now on. I will mention Hoosiers as a single-digit favorite under Cignetti, 7-1 against the spread. Look, they won at Oregon even though they were up 20-13, and that badass true freshman corner for Oregon got the pick 6. And why am I blanking on his name? And I thought I had it in my write-up. Y'all know who I'm talking about. He had 2 picks against Texas Tech.
Yeah, 4.
You were so close to it right
there. Yeah, it's the freshman, 4.
Is it Fanning?
Yeah, really good player. He scoop score, couple picks.
He's awesome.
Yeah, he's legit.
Finney.
Yeah,
Finney.
Brandon Finney. Sorry, Brandon Finney. You the man. Sorry it took me so long. Even though he had the pick 6 to tie the game in Eugene, Indiana still they answer the 12-play, 75-yard drive. Then they get an interception 2 plays later, and then they eat up 4 minutes of clock, 22-yard field goal, game over. So, I mean, they throw a game-turning, momentum-shifting pick six in the fourth quarter. Didn't matter. Still won by double digits. In Eugene, I know it's tough to beat a team twice in 1 year, but it's Cignetti for me.
All right. You're going to buck the trend here, I think, of going against Mike T on Monday nights. He's sensational, 22-3. Win-loss.
I forgot about that factor.
Yeah, they're plus 16 in turnover differential too. So the Texans are favored though. The weird thing about the Texans though, B, is people have been able to get vertical on them. That defense the last third of the season. Is that the Steelers' only hope, or are you just laying the Texans because you're anti-Steelers offense?
Well, they get DK Metcalf back, and the Steelers' offense certainly came up at crunch time in the fourth quarter last week. I've just been sold on Houston for really a month now, and I've started saying in the last 2 weeks I think they're going to win the Super Bowl. Just I love this defense. Now I know they let up a little bit last week, but when Cam Ward got hurt and the Jags went up like 21 in the first quarter, I think they just knew their game was meaningless last week, and I didn't think there was a whole lot of focused effort there. So I kind of throw out last week's result. I know Metcalf's back, and that's huge for Pittsburgh, but I just think the Texans defense is too much for most of the NFL, and that includes Pittsburgh. I totally forgot about the Tomlin Monday night thing.
But, you're all right, B.
That concerns me.
Long as you got those sharp specs, man, I'm all in. I'm a fan.
Wait for one of my readers right now, huh? Ravi, help me out here.
Hey, so no, Brian, I'm just telling you, man. So
Bro,
I have
your
these.
5 pair on right now.
What do you think about these? Do you like these, Brian?
I want to know what you've been wearing compared to when you finally go to the optometrist and what your measurement is.
And it's because of my astigmatism. So I got those.
You know, readers don't fix astigmatism.
I understand that.
Okay? You gotta go to an eye doctor. You gotta go to an eye doctor.
So hey, anytime you want to come up to Omaha, you're thinking I need to bail my boy DB out. I came to see you in Vegas. You can come work with this Yahoo. I'm just teasing.
You can't just guess your eye prescription. That's not a thing.
Okay, Mom. Jeez. All right, B. I'm wishing you the best outside of the Steelers. I just need Tomlin to get off the snide so he can blow me one more kiss after they get a dub in Pittsburgh. He's living his best life, like bucking his detractors. So I'd like to kind of see that trend continue.
I mean, he did hire Arthur Smith.
Hey, so we were talking yesterday.
Fireable offense.
Yes.
So we went through this exercise yesterday, and your Falcons came up. With Harbaugh being on the open market, we figured there's only like 5 coaches that they are 7 maybe that aren't
looking over their
they
shoulder.
aren't calling saying, hey, you may be out. How about Blank and Harbaugh together in Atlanta? Would you think that would be a nice little tandem?
Oh, I would love it, but I mean, can't you just see the Falcons like they interview Vrabel and Belichick, and then they go with Raheem? Like they'll probably interview Harbaugh, have him if they want him, and then go decide to hire some first-year, head coach who's never been a head coach. I mean, the Falcons don't deserve John Harbaugh. We're so bad. We're so horrible, dude. I can't even believe we fired Raheem. I mean, thank goodness, and we fired Fontenot, who's a lifelong Saint. Why we hired him, I have no idea. Why he signed a $100 million quarterback and then 3 weeks later drafted
restructuring Cousins' deal now makes it interesting, though.
Yeah. The Falcons will disappoint you, believe me.
I can't wait for John Harbaugh to be rumored as the next Falcons head coach. And then you end up hiring Cliff Kingsbury to rehab Michael Penix's career.
So does Kingsbury not get credit for Daniels year 1?
Hey, I give Hey, remember? I think I brought it up to you guys. I was saying Kingsbury dark horse for the Gators, man. And I was saying Johnny Manziel, Patrick Mahomes, get him a defensive coordinator, Jaden Daniels. I mean, I'm all for Kingsbury. I like Kingsbury.
Some guys just need to be OCs, B.
I mean,
flat front pants. You
No,
big,
some
big
guys.
guy?
Some guys aren't good being the guy in charge.
No,
I think it's a good
Kingsbury
point.
just looks like, hey, listen, Gus Malzahn's living his best life. Just like, hey, we're just out here. We're gonna call plays. I don't even care.
It ain't working.
I was just scanning my brain when I saw the Kiffin thing wasn't going to work out. But I'm liking Summerall. I'm liking him a lot.
Well, he does give you some toughness.
He does give us toughness and
he's going to run a tight ship, I think.
And a little moxie, and he's retained all the guys I wanted because I wanted more than half of them gone. So I'm liking what he's doing.
Big clean house guy.
You can get going.
Get those L collectors the hell out of here, man. We've had Billy Bob's guys for way too long.
Where do you think Harbaugh lands? New York?
Hopefully Atlanta. Oh God. Well, wow. If I'm him, I would. There's a lot to like about the Giants.
We did this mock conversation between Howie Rosen and Harbaugh's agent, where he's like, "Hey, I'm going to need you to be on standby if we wet the bed against San Francisco because Sirianni will be out. Do we have a handshake?" And they'd be like, "Yeah, man, we'll wait this out." I mean, like, there's
get rid of Sirianni 1 year after the Super Bowl.
Oh, listen.
If John Harbaugh's available, you 100% can. Listen. Him winning the Super Bowl is the only reason he hasn't been fired yet.
Right?
He's the Ryan Day of NFL coaches.
Roseman and Howie and Harbaugh together would be terrifying.
Yeah, it's a nightmare for the rest of the league.
That brings me back to the Ozzie Newsome vibes.
Yeah,
that would be that. I mean,
horrifying for the rest of the league.
Yeah, at least he'd be in the NFC. Get him out of the AFC.
I don't want him. You keep him. You keep him in your division. The Browns should hire him.
Are you looking forward to seeing what's her buckets come out of retirement?
Amanda?
Yeah.
I am. That's going to be a hell of a fight. And I'm also looking forward to Gaethje and Patty.
You want to see Lopez and Volkanovski again?
Hell no. I have no idea. I was at that fight. I don't know why are we doing that fight again?
It was unanimous, right? But so the weird thing? Volk's only minus 155.
Well, he's up there in age. So, I mean, I understand. Yeah. I mean, that was an impressive win by Lopez, but I mean, it wasn't impressive enough to just get another title shot all of a sudden.
You know what I thought about when I saw the lines come out? Derek Lewis is plus 235, and you've had some classic one-liners about anytime the Black Beast gets good plus money.
I mean, that's the full Derek Lewis experience. You get plus 200 and change. You get to watch him win in round one by catching somebody with a big right hand, and then we get the full Derek Lewis experience, the dancing, the drawers removal, the whole shebang. It's wonderful. I'll be on Derek Lewis for sure.
But you like Patty the Batty?
I don't bet against Gaethje. I just
because you like. I mean, plus 180 is juice. That's got to be tempting, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, if anything, Gaethje, I have to root for Gaethje. Look, he may have replaced Matt Brown as my favorite fighter, with apologies to the immortal. I mean, it's Dustin, Nate, Gaethje, and Matt Brown. Those are my four guys, and Gaethje's the last one standing. I mean, if Nate was coming back to the UFC, wouldn't he be fighting Conor? I mean, why I don't understand all the Conor Chandler stuff. Let it be Conor Nate.
Yeah. What about? Do you think Kayla should be 2-1?
I'm sorry. Who?
Harrison.
Oh. Close to that. I mean, she should definitely be favored. How long's it been for Amanda? Like 2.5 years?
Yeah, too long. Too long.
I mean, we saw her quit against.
I mean, she's a mom. She's living her best life.
Yeah. I mean, I could see Kayla getting on top of her and Amanda having no answers. But if it's standing,
he can punch, man.
Ooh, that girl can punch. I watched the replay with her and Cyborg the other night. It was just on, but I was flipping around late at night. Man, she can throw hands for sure.
Yep. All right, buddy. Looking forward to it.
That's our guy, Brian Edwards, Major Wager. Appreciate you, buddy.
See you guys. Thanks.
That is Brian Edwards.
Love that guy.
Our Vegas insider.
I was having flashbacks walking in front of MGM Grand.
Yeah?
Yeah. I was like, wait a minute. This is where I accidentally, intentionally threw myself into John Jones' car.
Right before he got disqualified from a fight.
I may have initiated an engagement.
Come on, man.
That's
out of character for you.
It very much is.
Yeah.
But I have what's the term you use for the
affinity?
Yeah,
irrational affinity
for John Jones.
Okay. He doesn't seem like your type of guy.
Yeah, he comes with some stuff, but as do I. I like good redemption stories, and I think he's a good example of he respects everybody, even though he is truly one of the baddest people walking on this planet.
Everybody.
All right.
I love Jonathan Jones.
There you go.
I'm not calling him Jonathan, though.
You call him Johnny?
Yeah. I was talking to my guy, Dan. He's now my favorite in Arizona, which is tough because there's a couple people.
Oh, so you know some Arizona folks?
Yeah, but he may have gone to the top.
Is he the one that met you in Vegas?
Yeah.
Okay.
We were just talking about Kenneth Williams going into the portal.
Yeah, I just saw that.
And it lightens the running back room a little, and I get it. Kenneth may be one of those guys because of the relationship he has with EJ. He may be one of those guys that they say, hey,
Testing
test
the
it,
waters. Yeah.
and we'll take you back, but he's gonna get good looks.
Yeah. Because he's a guy that if he,
I do want to know why he stopped returning kicks though.
I thought he got banged up.
He did.
Okay.
But you can get your job back.
Yeah, I didn't.
Although it's hard.
Yeah.
Because post concussion, I mean, Caleb and
you miss time, it's hard to get
yeah,
back.
Eckler called him a top 20 special teams player in the country, and he still had a hard time getting his job back.
Yeah. That's hard.
And that's,
yeah. No,
he was on all 4 special teams.
That's hard.
So maybe it is hard to get it back.
I don't know. I'll be interested to see what happens with Kenneth Williams because he seems like a guy that could. It seems like he wants to play the position.
And Rule likes him a ton. I think he wants to be a running back too, though.
Yeah. Let's take a quick break here. All right, John Cook's running a little bit late, but I do believe
if he needs to reschedule, this is his opener. Like if they want to reschedule, he can. I'm totally cool with it.
Whatever.
So tell him don't put pressure.
Whatever he needs.
Whatever he needs.
Yeah,
just convey it to him, Shane. It's totally cool.
But we'll
continue to sell the merch and support Supernovas.
We'll get that figured out either way. That's DB. I'm Ravi, Lulla. We will be back. More Hurrdat Sports Live coming next.
Yeah, we've had a tough non-conference, and I think it bodes well. I don't think our guys have seen. It's not like we haven't seen anything so far. We've seen a lot. We've seen a lot of tough high caliber wrestlers. We wrestled Oklahoma State twice. We've already wrestled Ohio State. They won the national duels, so are they the best team out there right now? Probably. So. We haven't seen Penn State, so they're all good. And they all got good guys, and matchups. We all saw. When you have tough matches and you win big meets, it's about winning those tight matches and finding a way to do it, and that's what we've been honing in on more and winning those moments, and that's what these big matches are all about. So. It's going to be great these next few weeks.
The Omaha Supernovas season is just around the corner. Merritt Beeson's joining me now, of course, a former Nebraska Cornhusker. Merritt, how are we doing today?
Good, how are you?
Well, very excited for the season, and obviously you coming to Omaha, having so many ties to the state of Nebraska, how special is it to embark on your first year here?
Yeah, it's been so cool just being back already. Nebraska has truly become like my second home, and so the minute that I stepped foot back in the state, I just felt that and felt, all the love from everyone around us. But I'm just super excited. Everybody says there's truly no place like Nebraska, and just playing in a state that celebrates volleyball so much is something that I wanted to be a part of again. So I'm super excited for our season to get going.
Yeah, take me back to that phone call with John Cook. What was your reaction seeing his name on your phone?
Yeah, it was definitely weird. It was like I was in the portal again, getting recruited by him again, and that was obviously not something that I thought that I would be like having those kind of conversations with him anymore. And so it was really special, and I think obviously he's been a big part of like getting my love for the game back and just growing in the sport itself for me. He's been a huge part of that, and so to have him kind of along this journey with me as well has been really cool.
A successful financial future is built one coin at a time. Whether you're just starting out or a seasoned saver, we've got the financial resources and team of experts who will be with you every step of the way. Centris Federal Credit Union. We are where you are.
You're listening to Hurrdat Sports Live.
Welcome back, Hurrdat Sports Live, presented by NextGen Male Medical. That's DB.
Like that, would you take me serious?
I'm Ravi. Lulla. No, you mean like if you fought like the Notre Dame Fighting Irish mascot? No, I would not take you seriously.
Yeah, that guy's getting beat up for sure.
Yeah, he's getting.
Hey, that looks like my little car.
He's getting whooped. I think it's the same model.
Oh, hi, little car.
Is that? I don't know what's happening.
It's
what though?
Yeah, I need to. Hey, who do you guys like for tent?
Oh, tint.
Let's knock it off.
Like
I said tent.
Like window tents?
You think I said tent?
Yeah.
No, tint.
Like you're gonna tent your house? You got to fumigate it?
Oh God. Jan and Jen is much easier though.
You said Jen twice.
No, I didn't. Sap sucker.
Pen and pen?
Pen.
Why you say it like that?
Why do you?
I didn't do anything. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
God.
What are you mad at me for?
I don't know. That little dude looks like John Fanta.
No, that's Jeff from the Supernovas.
I know. He looks like John Fanta. So apparently they're here.
A little bit.
Yeah, just on standby.
It's fine. We can do whatever.
Hey, Shane, you going to produce or you going to keep running out there in the old hallway?
Yeah, we can see that,
We
Shane.
can see that, Shane.
Shane goes, they're here. Yeah.
We can definitely see that.
Let's see out the window. It's kind of...
It's a funny dude. Very, very funny dude.
No,
Shane,
Good morning.
Yeah, since I'm gonna punch Ravi first, but
what did I do?
The whole E's and I's thing. What say tent? You're like gluing your lips shut.
I probably wouldn't let you do that.
I watched an old rerun of Law and Order, and that was kind of the thing, and I was like, that's a miserable thing to have happen.
Yeah, that seems unpleasant.
Oh boy.
What? What'd I do?
We're going to take a break. We're going to bring Coach Cook in, and we're going to talk a little Champaign Supernovas as they open the season today.
Big Oasis guy?
No! Fudge.
I'm just going to ask that every single time you do it.
We
It's
may
fine.
not make it.
It's fine. It's fine.
Wish us luck, Sasha. It's okay.
We're going to talk to John Cook next here on Hurrdat Sports Live.
Yeah, we've had a tough non-conference, and I think it bodes well. I don't think our guys have seen. It's not like we haven't seen anything so far. We've seen a lot. We've seen a lot of tough, high caliber wrestlers. We wrestled Oklahoma State twice. We've already wrestled Ohio State. They won the national duels, so are they the best team out there right now? Probably. So. We haven't seen Penn State, so they're all good. And they all got good guys, and matchups. We all saw. When you have tough matches and you win big meets, it's about winning those tight matches and finding a way to do it, and that's what we've been honing in on more, and winning those moments, and that's what these big matches are all about. So. It's going to be great these next few weeks.
The Omaha Supernovas season is just around the corner. Merritt Beeson's joining me now, of course, a former Nebraska Cornhusker. Merritt, how are we doing today?
Good, how are you?
Well, very excited for the season, and obviously you coming to Omaha, having so many ties to the state of Nebraska, how special is it to embark on your first year here?
Yeah, it's been so cool just being back already. Nebraska has truly become like my second home, and so the minute that I stepped foot back in the state, I just felt that and felt, all the love from everyone around us. But I'm just super excited. Everybody says there's truly no place like Nebraska, and just playing in a state that celebrates volleyball so much is something that I wanted to be a part of again. So I'm super excited for our season to get going.
Yeah, take me back to that phone call with John Cook. What was your reaction seeing his name on your phone?
Yeah, it was definitely weird. It was like I was in the portal again, getting recruited by him again, and that was obviously obviously not something that I thought that I would be like having those kind of conversations with him anymore. And so it was really special. And I think obviously he's been a big part of like getting my love for the game back and just growing in the sport itself for me. He's been a huge part of that. And so to have him kind of along this journey with me as well has been really cool.
You're listening to Hurrdat Sports Live.
Welcome back, Hurrdat Sports Live. That's DB. I'm Ravi Lulla. We are joined now by the one and only John Cook, coach. Well, general manager now, I should say. How are you this morning?
Sash, you may have to help us with the camera. I feel like we're cutting him off.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Coach.
Doing great. It's an honor to be here. I watch you guys online, and now, like, I'm in the studio here. Of course, tonight there'll be a different crowd here, right?
Yeah.
This kind of.
Do you like seeing all the gear out there?
Yeah.
So
yes.
I'm gonna rock. So today is the blue. I'm gonna go with the blue hoodie.
Okay.
I didn't feel good in the white one. He can wear.
I like the white. I like
I'm
it looks
messy,
good.
so I need the dark colors.
You don't even eat in public. What do you mean you're messy?
That's true.
So you should be fine. I'm over here pounding Cheez-Its, and you're like, I can't get anything on my shirt.
I have some weird mannerisms, as you know, Coach. Yeah. But I'm starting with the hard hitting stuff.
Okay.
We got to go back to social media, and I'm a good conspiracy theorist guy. Your pictures in Arizona with what you thought you saw. Can we revisit that for a second?
Yeah. So my son lives in Wickenburg, Arizona, and if you ask about the horses, that's where they are, and it's the roping capital of the world. So there's a lot of cowboys down there in the winter, and a lot of people from Wyoming, Montana go down there. So we're down visiting. We take our dogs for a walk. Beautiful night sky, pitch black out there. And my wife looks up and goes, "Is that a shooting star?" And I remember reading about there was going to be a meteor shower, but it was over in Nebraska, like very close to that time. So it was just, I go, well, maybe it is. And then I'm looking at this thing. I'm like, this is something going across the sky. And like, what the heck is this? So I thought maybe it was an International Space Station, but it was so long. I'm like, wow, I know that thing's like a couple football fields, but this was miles.
Mm-hmm.
And it just kept going and kept going. And then eventually it just kind of collected itself and just kind of morphed into nothing and disappeared. So I'm like, we're freaked out. Like, what is this? Is this, you're Area 51 guy.
I am, yes.
And there is an Air Force base there because you see the F-22 jets flying around, training out there. I'm like, is this something with those guys? What the heck is this? And so I called my brother-in-law, who's kind of knows everything, and he said, I don't know, put it on social media and see if anybody knows. So I put it on X. Next thing I know, everybody's saying the day before Elon Musk launched satellites, a series of like 28 satellites for Starlink. And that is what happens. It circles around the Earth for a while until it spreads out.
Did it seem high enough?
It felt like a jet going by. That's what was weird. I'm like, So
I don't know,
like,
man.
If you looked up and saw a jet, that's how low it felt. But it stretched across, which seemed like 50 miles long. But it's night and it's dark, so it's hard to tell. But it's just it was like a caterpillar across the sky.
Shane, it might have been Thanos. What do you think?
Sounds like it.
Yeah, sounds like his shit. Big centipede. It's funny. I am an Area 51 guy. To heck with everything else in Vegas during the bowl. I wanted those guys to let me in Area 51. I'm a good conspiracy theorist.
Did you go like knock on the door, see what they know?
I didn't want them thinking I was crazy, but and I may never come back. I had a job to do eventually at some point. But speaking of which, how are you enjoying yours, man? It's another opener for you. Here you go.
I know. I'm excited. It's we're going to be a big crowd tonight. You can feel it building, and I'm excited to see this team play because, in many ways, I helped put this team together. And that was one of my jobs, is to draft this team. And we had to start over because it was all free agency.
Yeah.
So it'd be like, the Chicago Bears, hey, everybody starting from scratch, go build a team. And that's how we had to do it. So as a coach, I'm excited to see how all this plays out tonight and how we play, but love this team.
So let me ask you about putting that team together, because I know there's kind of a unique situation with deciding who were the last people on the roster, who was going to make the roster. And I know you had a last cut to make, and then all of a sudden you didn't have a last cut to make. Like how did that all work out?
This will be one of the greatest stories for 2026 sports
at
the end of the year when you look back on the sports season. Never have heard of this or seen it, but we have a salary cap. So we have to stay under the salary cap. Tuesday night was the deadline. You've got to have your roster. It's Black Monday, or what do they call it in the NFL? The final cut day. The guy comes and knocks on your door. Well, that was getting ready to happen. And
I'm very familiar with that, by the way. I've turned in a playbook or two.
What city were you in?
Let's try. Let's try not to trigger DB over here.
And I use that terminology with our staff. I'm like, hey, it's Black Sunday. It's going to be Black Tuesday. And so you guys got to decide. The coaching staff, we've been talking for about a week and a half on who our final cuts would be to get to the salary cap. And they were struggling. And Luca's like, we're going to go to the last practice, last minute. And anyway, after the last practice on Tuesday, some of the older players said, hey, when do we get our gear? Because they hadn't got their sweats and their bags and all that stuff yet, because, we're playing tonight. And they were told it's not happening until we make the final cut. So Luca they were debating on who was going to be the final cut. And they came back and said, what do we have to do so we don't have to cut anybody? And we're willing to reduce our salaries. So now we said, are you kidding? Are you guys like making this up? Or, what are you talking about? You got,
So the pay cut saved how many spots?
A billionaire just come in. And
How many?
They took a pay cut. So we had to renegotiate their contracts by the deadline for salary cap for the league, and renegotiate their contracts, renegotiate their agent's contract or what they got paid, and adjust it all. And we got under the salary cap and got under the time limit, and we didn't have to make a cut.
Who's doing the math that quickly under the gun?
We got one of those.
You got a cap.
Moneyball guy.
You got a cap guy.
Thomas, our assistant coach, is the Moneyball guy.
Really?
Yeah, he's like right there. Boom, boom. This is what they got to give up, and it's. And I'm not going to say who it was because it's a personal thing, but it really is a reflection of the team. And what I love about as a coach, I got emotional because in this day and age of everything's transactional, this was about the team, and these players wanted to keep everybody. That's how tight they are. And when we built this team, our number one theme was culture. We're going to build a team with culture kids. Maybe they're not the most talented, but they're going to be great culture kids. And here's a great example of it. And it's just, that's a hell of a story.
We had Lexi on.
They're pretty talented too, by the way.
Yeah, they're talented and they're competitors. But this is, how refreshing is that in today's world?
Yeah, it's incredible.
We had Lexi on a couple of weeks ago, and full disclosure, and I've joked with you about this. I used to be kind of terrified, right? You had this presence, and then I just watched kind of your evolution, and it's a little kinder, a little gentler. You tell jokes. I'm like, this is pretty cool, right? You've done a lot of studying and changing. And she said, even in her time there, she watched your evolution in terms of your coaching style. Then you talked about getting emotional. Would you have guessed, let's say pre-COVID, would Coach Cook be eliciting any of these feelings that you're talking about now that kind of make the core of this sport that you love so much?
No. And it's interesting you bring that up because if you've been around Coach Osborne much, I notice, and I'd have him come talk to the team, and then I would go to events with him when he was the athletic director. And whenever he would start talking about some of his players or team, he would get emotional. And And I finally one day I asked him, Coach, why do you still get emotional? I mean, that was years ago. He said, John, as you get older, it's just you have a harder time controlling your emotions. And there's some medical term for it. And that's how I felt the last, 5-6 years. There's an emotional connection now, and it comes out, and it replaces the intensity and the toughness and the being a hard ass and that mindset is more as there's more to it than that. And again, Lexi was one of the reasons, because she would tell me, Coach, just chill out. Just leave us alone. This is what we need from you.
Her insight into people in reading people was fascinating at her age. Just listening to her, I was captivated at her self-awareness, right? Like, this person may need this, or this person may need this, and it doesn't fit my personality, but let's see if I can stretch. I was floored, right? Because a lot of times when you're that closely removed to being as highly decorated as she was, that's rare at that age. And it was kind of cool to watch unfold. And I can see your body language change when you talk about her, right? Like
her and Merritt were the last 2 years were our captains, two best captains I've ever had. That's one of the reasons I had the most fun coaching my last 2 years was because of those guys. And I knew when I retired, I'm not sure I'd ever have captains like that again. Because again, I saw what was happening with college athletics and how it's changing. And it's going to be really hard to have great cultures with teams now, with everything going on and the disparity between, you're making this and you're making this, and I get books or maybe I get a scholarship. It's going to be harder and harder as a coach. And again, I want to give Danny a lot of credit. 2 years, no transfers. She's got a happy team. They played high-level volleyball. Unfortunately, everybody remembers your last match.
It's interesting because being around you and listening to you for so long and then seeing her mannerisms as she takes the podium, everybody's message comes across differently. But I said all year long, people wondered why I had such an affinity for her. And I said, there's just something about the way that she communicates. It's, it's not always like this rhythmic cadence or this great orator, but when you're done listening, it's like, it was so authentic.
Yeah.
And with whatever she said, it's like, I'm all in.
Yeah.
Like that style was unique to her, and it was such a difference from kind of the way that you would deliver a message, but it seemed to work. Did you see that coming in when you? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, I knew Danny since she was in 9th grade, but the story is her senior year. I made her change positions, and that team elected her captain, and that's when I saw, and we started talking about Danny. You want to coach. Because she had the intangibles to lead people. And that year she did a hell of a job and won I mean, think about that. It would be like you going from running back to quarterback or running back to linebacker in your senior year. Yeah. How big a change would that be? And win a national championship doing it. So and be the leader of the team. And that was a tough team to lead. I mean, there was Sarah Pavin on that team, Olympian. Jordan Larson on that team, Olympian. I mean, there's some great players.
Yeah, Pat. I just listened to her. I started listening to her podcast over the last year. She is. That's what I like. Not to lament about the past so much, but leadership is tough, and it's hard to lead other good players. It's one of the reasons that I have such an affinity for Tommy Frazier. Right?
Yeah.
When you have a Zach Wiegert and a Brendan Stye and Ed Stewart, like those guys are alphas.
Yeah.
And to have somebody at the end that can kind of corral that deal. It's because sometimes you have to be a good follower,
right?
And not feel like you're giving in to those dynamics are fascinating.
Yeah. So she's got that that skill and talent to do that, and obviously she's proving it.
Well, speaking about leadership and culture, you mentioned when you're talking about captains, you mentioned Merritt Beeson. Is that part of the reason it was so important to try and bring her back? Is setting that culture you were talking about while you're putting this roster together?
That was one of the reasons. And then the other reason, personally, I wanted to prove to her, I told her, don't go to Atlanta.
That's the old coach.
Good. Yeah. She just did an interview the other day. with Anna.
Yeah.
And she said that. Yeah, coach told me don't go to Atlanta because at the time, of course, I was still coaching her, and it was right before the NCAA tournament.
Yeah.
And Omaha, the Supernovas were trying to trade to get her to draft her number 1 at Supernovas, and so they wanted her, but and I said, hey, tell your agent Supernovas want you to work it. Tell them you're not going to go to Atlanta because they had number 1 pick. And of course, they took her, and she was miserable. And now she says she loves volleyball again.
And so coach was right all along.
I'm like, yes.
Boy, the quiet confidence.
So that's why I want to get her back. But no, she's awesome. And I don't know if you guys have followed this story at Children's Hospital. And I just spoke last night, and actually one of the nurses was at this event last night at Children's Hospital working with this young girl that's waiting for a heart transplant, and they named her Merritt.
Mm.
And so Merritt's been going to the hospital. I mean, there's some great stories with these Supernova players that are just heartwarming. That's why people love them.
One of the things that's fascinating is a lot of folks, we've seen a lot of changes in athletic leadership in the athletic department, and your name would always come up. Oh, John Cook would be a great ambassador. John Cook would be a great athletic director. And people, they view you in this overarching leadership role, which I think is pretty cool because sometimes you can't even lead your own household, right? It's difficult, right? Do you like the GMing, the navigating, the chess piece moving? Does it fit your temperament?
I don't know. I'm still working through that. I'd rather coach, but I don't want to coach anymore because coaching is 365 days a year.
Yeah,
it's time consuming. I got other priorities now. It'd be interesting to see how I feel tonight, being sitting on the court watching. When I watch him practice, I'm like, God, I wish I was coaching this team.
Do you have what it could have, should have?
Moments, yeah, and when the Huskers started the season, the showcase, I said, hey, we're going to get you a seat. Of course, it's right on the 50-yard line on the court. I got Harper and those guys looking, hey, coach, how you doing? I'm like, oh, this is great. But right there, I'm thinking, what the hell did I do? Why did I get out?
Sure.
But it lasted about 30 minutes, and then I was over it. But it never, Damon, it never leaves.
Yeah,
it never leaves your blood.
It's hard. One of the things I think is fascinating is, obviously with the network, I always listen to Lauren and her and JB and stuff, and she was never afraid to be critical or things that she would have done, right? Set the medal in. I don't know why Coach Cook, and I'm like, well, this is kind of fascinating. Like I like the dynamics, just the authenticity, and then to watch you and listen to you do broadcasts, and you're close to it, and you have to critique, but a ton too. Like that's a fascinating thing to navigate. What was that like for you in year one?
I loved it because it's now you prepare for 2 teams.
Mm-hmm.
You got to know their players, but what I love the most is I get to interview the coaches and just ask them anything I want. And
I want to high five you so bad. That's why I like my job. I think it's easier to ask coaches those questions because what people want to know, and what you would do. You wanted to know too. In that similar situation.
Yeah. So I love that. That was my favorite part, interviewing the coaches. And then the other thing is working. Most of the matches I did was with Larry Putney, and he's
fantastic.
He's a pro.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and you don't do play-by-play. And again, I want to compliment you and Kevin. You guys are awesome.
I mean, it's
I'm in Wyoming, and I got the game on, and I'm listening to you guys.
He's talented.
But those play-by-play guys, what they have to do, I was blown away. And of course, the first thing they did is they put me for the showcase. They had me go sit in the Fox truck. This thing is massive, the big one. And I'm like, holy cow. You have no idea what the hell's going on in those trucks. It's unreal. And the amount of people and everything going on and all the TV screens, it's till you see it. You have you're just watching a football game or a volleyball game, and
How do you like having like and I have somebody talking in your ear or something while you're trying to do what you do?
It took a while, but they talk more to Larry than me. So, and I'm like, how did you know how to do that? And he goes, well, they're telling me. So I had one guy talking to me, and of course there's several people talking to Larry. You know, we got to get this promo in or whatever, and this is what's coming up. So, but it's distracting.
Bless your heart.
Yeah.
So how's the transition been? You mentioned you're not sure how you're going to feel tonight, but you obviously have a history of roster building. Like that's a huge part of the head coaching job in college. Is that a pretty natural transition to what you're doing now, at least that part of the job, or how much different is it when it's a pros team versus trying to put a college roster together?
It's very similar. And the biggest difference was dealing with agents and
although in college you're doing that now too.
Yeah, and in college they're doing that now. I mean, Danny's dealing with agents, you know, and it took volleyball a little bit longer. I mean, I talked to Fred a couple of years ago, and he goes, I don't even recruit anymore. I just talk to agents. I mean, they all start with the agents and then eventually get to a player, you know, where in volleyball, I mean, we're, you know, the stories are, I'm recruiting these guys starting in 7th grade, you know, and we used to offer them in 9th grade. Then they changed it to, you know, going in their junior year. So you build those relationships, and now it's, you know, you're dealing with agents. So that was the biggest change. But other than that, it was, I know who we wanted based on experience and watching those guys, because we all played against them. And then we knew we wanted to build a team that, you know, there's 10,000 people here tonight. We want them to be able to relate to those players on the court. Well, they all know the Creighton players and the Nebraska players, but they also know Brooke, who tormented us and cost us a Final Four, and Sydney Hilly. I'm not sure I think we beat her once in 4 years at Wisconsin. And so we wanted players that were kind of regional and our players would be able to relate to and identify with.
What is it? I tried to tap into Lexi with this, but you mentioned when you can recruit and how you evaluate talent. Why does volleyball seem to have such a high success rate when you target young people at such an early age? Your ability to not miss in volleyball is incredible. There has to be something or some things to it.
So girls mature earlier than guys. So you get a better feel, because, you know, in football, there's all these stories. I didn't get recruited, and then they're, you know, Heisman guys. So girls mature earlier, so it's a little bit easier. And then we get the opportunity to watch them play club. So I can watch, my assistants would start watching 7th and 8th graders and identifying them. Then I'd start watching them when they were in 9th grade. So we get to watch them year after year after year up until they're going into their junior years, when we can talk to them now. So we just, you know, that's what we did every weekend. We're going to Kansas City, Chicago, Philadelphia to watch these club tournaments and watch them play, because they play almost every weekend. So you get to really watch them and study them, and then you get them to come to camp. And I just feel like football, well, you got a lot more positions to recruit to, for example. So it's just more guys, and then who knows how they're going to develop. You know, like offensive line. I mean, how long does it take those guys to develop? That's a good point. You don't know.
Yeah.
So I think that's one of the reasons that, and I also think girls kind of know what they want more, so they know where they're going to fit. They're about fit, where guys might be, hey, where can I play? You know, how many guys do I got to beat out? I think girls are more about, where do I feel comfortable and fit? So they're kind of almost helping the selection process, and they know where they're going to fit. They just have a better, you know, women have a better intuition.
Is there anything that's portable when you're putting the professional roster together from college that helps you identify, or because you know more at college, the criteria changes to put the pro team together?
Yeah, it's very similar process and everything. It's just now they're 22 and older. So now you kind of know what you're going to get. It takes kind of that equation out. And again, I know all these guys. I've watched them. I mean, I recruited.
I'll say you recruited Brooke, like 90% of these.
I was watching Brooke in 7th grade in Arizona. You know, so I think of the years that, you know, I've watched those guys and then watched them compete against Nebraska and watched them compete for their teams. So it's not like I had to go start watching tons of video. I mean, I knew on our list, we put our draft board, we had it up, and we knew who we wanted, and it was pretty easy to target it. And then to finish it was just figuring out what can we afford and what can we pay these guys, and trying to put all that puzzle together.
Well, what's the degree of difficulty, or maybe you don't know yet because it's year one, to see? You may see the same volleyball opponent twice, right? You have to, the repetitiveness of scouting and the evolution in season with playing teams multiple times. Is that a benefit, or do you like that, or are you not sure yet?
Oh, I loved when we played teams twice because you learn so much when you play them the first time.
Yeah.
And I always just felt like that would give us an edge just with me and my staff. And I think it will be with Luca. I mean, they like with the USA team where he's also the assistant coach for the men. I mean, they'll schedule teams on purpose going in, getting a couple years out from the Olympics just to start getting information on them, and because they know they're going to play them in the Olympics, for example, or in a world championship. So
I can't wait to see what happens seeing a team 4 or 5 times in a season.
Yeah. So like if Nebraska football played Utah again, do you think they would?
It'd be different, yeah.
It'd be different.
Yeah.
So I just think you can take advantage of that if you're a really good coach.
You mentioned Coach Lucas LeBay, new coach for the Supernovas this year. What did you like about him that you thought would be a good fit here?
I've known him for 20 years. I saw him in gyms. I saw him with the USA team when he was coaching with the USA women when they won the gold medal. I'd go watch practice. I actually interviewed him back in the 2000s for an assistant coach. I wanted to hire him, but he was having trouble getting his green card to stay in the U.S. He played at BYU and was there, but back then you had to go back to your country and spend so many months or whatever. So it didn't work out at the timing. So I've known him for a long time, and he was the guy that when they hired me, I said, okay, here's who we got to go get. And whatever it takes, we got to hire him. And the timing with his schedule with USA works out. It fits out perfectly because that's their off season. And so he can do Supernovas, and he'll go back to the USA men as soon as Supernova season's over. So it worked out, and he's a world-class coach.
When you were reinventing kind of how to be better, I know you studied the men's game for a while. You have a coach that's very familiar with the men's game. The women's game is so explosive. It's played above the net. It's incredible. I joked. I don't know what you think about this. I called Andy. I said, it wouldn't surprise me, if Andy Jackson was probably the best athlete on Nebraska's campus. I don't care what gender. So as you're kind of putting this team together, does his experience with how explosive the men's game is, and is that something that translates into what you were looking for that caught your eye?
Yes. And what you got to remember, Damon, is think about if the WNBA lowered the rim to 9 feet. It'd be a whole different game.
Yeah.
Women's volleyball net is lower. Men's net is 8 feet. Women's net is 7'4.5". So it allows them to be just as athletic and dynamic as guys. Now they don't hit the ball as hard as guys do, but every year they're hitting the ball harder and harder. So I think that's one of the advantages for women's volleyball, that it's such a great spectator sport because they can be so athletic. And you talk about how good athletes these guys are. I don't know if you remember Hannah Worth.
Oh, yeah.
Jason Worth.
Yeah.
MVP of the World Series. Yeah. So one year when she was here, so 2009, 2010, I'm trying to remember. Oh, Bo was the coach. So Bo, we actually scrimmaged the football team. They challenged us and mouthing off, and Bo was popping off. The score was 25-6. The girls.
You're not competitive at all, Coach. I don't see it.
But so what we did is we got in this big argument because we'd work out with the football team, and I'd work out with Bo. So we became really good friends.
How times have changed. You used to not let the girls go anywhere near football, guys.
I know. So anyway, they're popping off.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and Hannah's like, Coach, I want to do the football 10-yard dash, the pro shuttle. I want to test. She tested out top 10 in the football team with those tests.
Wow.
And so Let's shut those guys up.
The 25-6 probably shut them up a little bit too.
She's one of the best athletes we've ever had, but that just shows you the athleticism, that you're seeing and in these female athletes.
How excited? Can you compare butterflies yet, or are you going to wait till you walk into the arena?
Oh, it's already churning.
God, you wear it well, though.
Yeah.
You're still telling jokes, pretty lighthearted, although the competitive does.
It comes out a little bit. Yeah. Well, Coach, thank you so much for joining us.
Okay.
Everybody down at the CHI Health Center tonight, 7 p.m., Omaha versus San Diego. Anything else we need to know?
It's going to be exciting. They got, the new. I haven't seen the new. I've seen videos of the new jumbotron and what they program. I mean, it's going to be an event. They do CHI and the whole thing. It's a great sporting event in addition to the volleyball. So it's just like exciting the whole night. And so hope people come out and they'll fall in love with this team. It'll be. I've heard this so many times. People see the first Nebraska volleyball game and they're hooked.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to watch this team and be hooked.
Let's go.
There you go. That is the one and only John Cook. John, we appreciate you joining us so much, and we'll see you tonight at the CHI Health Center.
Awesome. Thanks
Coach.
for all your
wishes.
support, you guys.
That's John Cook, General Manager of your Omaha Supernovas. We'll be right back to wrap up the show. That's DBM Ravi Lulla. It's Hurrdat Sports Live.
Well, it's been a minute since we beat Indiana, and so it's something that we really are aware of and alert to how aggressive they play. Just they're very handsy defensively. They get after you. They don't make anything easy on that side of the ball. But then you start 4 kids that shoot over 40% from the 3-point line. And the last time they came into Pinnacle Bank Arena, I think we gave up 7 or 8 threes in the first quarter of that ball game or something. So it's really a dangerous team who's really hungry. I think that they have, their starting post player, for the first half of, all of non-conference play and back into the lineup. She played against Maryland in their last ball game, and I think she changes them.
Aspirations can drive us. Sometimes a simple gesture is what fuels the pursuit of a dream. When it's time to make your dream a reality, we are here to help. Centris Federal Credit Union. We are where you are.
Yeah, one is penalties. I think that was, again, just something we talked a lot about on Saturday before the game. We've been preaching it a lot there, but I thought it hurt us again on Friday night there. So that's one. And then just, again, I think really controlling the slot area of the ice, both offensively and defensively, not only the slot area, but the secondary opportunities that come from there. And then just making, just the decisions, right? I think that's when you get a team that doesn't have a lot of experience and playing this, not to make excuses, but at the end of the day, we got the second hardest schedule in the country, right? So right now we're finding when you make that crucial mistake at that crucial time, whether it's a penalty, whether it's a turnover, whether it's a save, whether it's not executing a goal, etc., that it really can come back to hurt you and ultimately, be the difference in those 1-goal games. So, but I love this group, man. They're dialed in, they're learning, they're hungry to get better. They're not making excuses. They know we have to be better in areas, and we're doing the work to get better in those areas.
Yeah, we've had a tough non-conference, and I think it bodes well. I don't think our guys have seen, it's not like we haven't seen anything so far. We've seen a lot. We've seen a lot of tough, high caliber wrestlers. We wrestled Oklahoma State twice. We've already wrestled Ohio State. They won the national duels, so are they the best team out there right now? Probably. So. We haven't seen Penn State, so they're all good. They all got good guys, and matchups. We all saw. When you have tough matches and you win big meets, it's about winning those tight matches and finding a way to do it, and that's what we've been honing in on more, and winning those moments, and that's what these big matches are all about. So. It's going to be great these next few weeks.
The Omaha Supernovas season is just around the corner. Merritt Beeson's joining me now, of course, a former Nebraska Cornhusker. Merritt, how are we doing today?
Good, how are you?
Well, very excited for the season, and obviously you coming to Omaha, having so many ties to the state of Nebraska, how special is it to embark on your first year here?
Yeah, it's been so cool just being back already. Nebraska has truly become like my second home, and so the minute that I stepped foot back in the state, I just felt that and felt, all the love from everyone around us. But I'm just super excited. Everybody says there's truly no place like Nebraska, and just playing in a state that celebrates volleyball so much is something that I wanted to be a part of again. So I'm super excited for our season to get going.
Yeah, take me back to that phone call with John Cook. What was your reaction seeing his name on your phone?
Yeah, it was definitely weird. It was like I was in the portal again, getting recruited by him again, and that was obviously not something that I thought that I would be like having those kind of conversations with him anymore. And so it was really special, and I think obviously he's been a big part of like getting my love for the game back and just growing in the sport itself for me. He's been a huge part of that, and so to have him kind of along this journey with me as well has been really cool.
You're listening to Hurrdat Sports Live.
Welcome back, Hurrdat Sports Live. That's CBM Ravi, Lulla. I want to say thank you to John Cook, the legend. Every bit as good as advertised.
Yeah, he's fantastic. How about the post stuff?
Oh, it's incredible. I mean, so that's the first real interaction I've had with him. So that was great for me. Obviously, just a legend in the state of Nebraska and the entire volleyball world. So Supernovas are super lucky to have him. Don't forget to make it out to the CHI Health Center tonight, 7 p.m. for the opening match of the season. We'll be doing ticket giveaways over the course of the season, all sorts of stuff. So make sure you stay tuned for that. But that is the show for today. We got as much out of Coach Cook as we could. I know he's got a tight schedule here, so we appreciated him giving us that time. But we're going to wrap it up for today. We do have a little extra bonus segment. Jacob and I are going to talk a little.
I tried to kick you out.
I know you did. You tried to boot me.
Jacob tried to kick you out, and I agreed. Let's just blame Jake. Nobody ever gets mad at JP. Can we blame something on him for once?
I just know everybody was trying to kick me out yesterday. I was like, guys, I'm gonna watch the game. I just got to get the forehand right before. All right. I don't know.
Tennis greater than everything.
Not greater than everything, but it's like, listen, there's certain times I can play tennis, but due to the beauty of technology, I can watch that game later.
Yeah, you have to explain to JP how you walked into 50 unread text messages.
I did. I mean, I opened that thing up after I was done. I was actually played pretty good yesterday. I was pretty happy with it. So I did not regret my decisions at all. Every once in a while, it'll not be a great day. I'll be like, I should have just watched the stupid game. But I played good yesterday, so I was like, I feel great about this. And I look at my phone, and I was like, well, either something crazy happened in the portal, or this is just my group chat yelling at me for not watching the Creighton game live.
Yeah,
it was the group chat.
Yeah.
But JP and I will get a little Bluejay breakdown here with you in just a minute. DB and I will be back tomorrow to wrap up the week. Talk a little college football playoff. It's on top of us. We got a game tonight.
Yes, we do.
Which doesn't feel right, but here we are.
Yeah.
We got a Thursday, Friday semifinal, and we will find out who's playing for a national championship before the week is over. DB and I will be back tomorrow. Hang around for a second if you want some Bluejay breakdown.
Well, it's been a minute since we beat Indiana, and so it's something that we really are aware of and alert to, how aggressive they play. Just, they're very handsy defensively. They get after you. They don't make anything easy on that side of the ball. But then you start 4 kids that shoot over 40% from the 3-point line. And the last time they came into Pinnacle Bank Arena, I think we gave up 7 or 8 threes in the first quarter of that ball game or something. So it's really a dangerous team who's really hungry. I think that they have, their starting post player, for the first half of, all of non-conference play and back into the lineup. She played against Maryland in their last ball game, and I think she changes them.
Aspirations can drive us. Sometimes a simple gesture is what fuels the pursuit of a dream. When it's time to make your dream a reality, we are here to help. Centris Federal Credit Union. We are where you are.
Yeah, one is penalties. I think that was, again, just something we talked a lot about on Saturday before the game. We've been preaching it a lot there, but I thought it hurt us again on Friday night there. So that's one. And then just, again, I think really controlling the slot area of the ice, both offensively and defensively, not only the slot area, but the secondary opportunities that come from there. And then just making, just the decisions, right? I think that's when you get a team that doesn't have a lot of experience and playing this, not to make excuses, but at the end of the day, we got the second hardest schedule in the country, right? So right now we're finding when you make that crucial mistake at that crucial time, whether it's a penalty, whether it's a turnover, whether it's a save, whether it's not executing a goal, etc., that it really can come back to hurt you and ultimately, be the difference in those 1-goal games. So, but I love this group, man. They're dialed in, they're learning, they're hungry to get better. They're not making excuses. They know we have to be better in areas, and we're doing the work to get better in those areas.
Welcome back. Little extra segment here on Hurrdat Sports Live this morning. Bluejay Breakdown with Jacob Padilla. JP, how are we doing this morning?
Doing well. It's been a while since we talked like this.
It's been a couple weeks at least, maybe 3.
A lot has happened since then.
A lot has happened since then. Where would you like to start?
Good question. We didn't really plan this because so much has happened. We're just gonna see where this conversation takes us. But I think we probably have to start with last night and how Creighton found a way to get a win at Villanova after squandering one they had in the bag at Seton Hall.
They had a little help. They had a little help squandering that one.
That is fair. Yes.
They had a little help squandering that one. They almost got a little help squandering the one last night. Like, I don't know how you tackle Ty Davis on the sideline, and they're like, "Nope, we're cool here."
O'Connell was right on top of it too, literally staring right.
He
at
was
it.
staring like from me to you at Ty Davis, getting like that'd have been a defensive pass interference call in football.
Like, it was a bad pass from Josh Dix. Like, he put him in a really bad spot.
But Davis did a good job.
That doesn't take away the fact that he got bodied on the catch.
Again, not to make all the football analogies, but it's like a underthrown ball. You still can't run through the defender, or you still can't run through the receiver as a defender. Like, it's still illegal. And Ty Davis did a really good job of getting to the ball, catching the ball, landing in bounds, and then getting tackled. And they're like, Villanova ball. I was like, okay, cool. This seems fun.
Yeah, and
not totally it. Like, I had Nick Graves flashbacks of him getting mauled in the corner or at the corner of half court and just being like, oh, I guess this is just going to happen again.
Yeah, and credit to Creighton for this time rallying and finishing the game despite the adversity that went their way.
Yeah, the nonsense.
In that moment. Yeah. I just so many. So we've seen kind of the shift in obviously the starting lineup shift and what that's the impact that's had, the rotation changes. I think Greg McDermott's done a really good job, like game to game, matchup to matchup, figuring out who to roll with, because like tracking lineups and in minutes and where guys play and all that, it's different game to game. Like, we haven't settled into a place where it's going to be these guys for this amount of the game and he's going to be playing his minutes here and all that. It changes game to game. And that's credit to the coaches for recognizing, all right, this guy has got an advantage here. And it's also credit to the players for being ready. And for, in this case, Blake Harper, who saw his role reduced significantly. But
he goes 27 minutes last night, which is a ton compared to what he'd been playing.
He had not played over 20 or not hit the 20-minute mark since he moved to the bench.
And he'd been sub 10 several times.
Yeah, two times. I believe.
Okay.
But he was playing 13.7 minutes a game, I think, is what his average was in the 6 games off the bench before this Villanova game. And we saw in the Seton Hall game that Mac tried to get him back in the mix, like went to him a little bit early in the game, and then obviously went to him down the stretch trying to find something different, because
he also tweaked the ankle a little at Seton Hall, so I didn't know how much that had to do with it as well.
So we saw Mac try to get him more involved in that last game, and obviously
he brings something valuable to the table. Like, his play style is something that Creighton can absolutely use, especially with the lack of a true point guard, and sometimes they struggle getting into offense. His skill set, I didn't mean this disparagingly, I think I called it in the text last night, a poor man's late stage Joe Johnson, where you it's not a terrible analogy, right? Like,
it is not, no.
He's like a big bodied guy. He's not going to go around you, but he sort of just like finds his way slowly to a spot where he's comfortable and feels like he can make a shot. And then he does. But that is something that is very valuable to this Creighton team, especially if they can get that out of him on a consistent basis.
Yeah, especially because they don't have guys that can just flat out beat you off the dribble on a blur to the rim. You need to find some other way to put pressure on the defense that isn't just swinging the ball around, running off screens, trying to hit threes.
Because apparently they're not going to enter the ball into the post at any point ever.
Yeah, I was very confused about how that. Well, they try to run a lot of mid-post touches for a guy like Harper.
Yeah,
but
that's a little different than
low post to Owen Freeman. That's still a work in progress. But
and most of the low post stuff that Jason Green gets starts outside of that, and he sort of finds his way into the low post based on that.
Yeah, or couple duck ins. Like, he's just so smart about finding his offensive opportunities within the flow of what they're doing.
It feels like his low post touches almost come more off of cuts than like true post ups.
Yeah, just again, different ways. Like he just knows where to be and where his offense is going to come from.
Yeah.
And he's found more and more of that throughout the season.
I never thought he'd have this much offense playing at Creighton ever. Like, just being honest, I didn't think that was on the table that he would have. Obviously, you know, he had 10 against Villanova, but the 23 previously to that, where you just go, okay, this guy is just his ability to find points is much greater than I ever anticipated.
No, and I mean, that's one of the other big stories from this game is looked like the season was over. A lot of Creighton fans, like when he's had that brace on the left shoulder for weeks now. It's something he's been dealing with. Obviously, he hasn't missed a game and just got tangled up in a rebound.
Like 3-4 minutes in, right? Like it was
not
early.
even. It was 95 seconds.
Oh, okay, yeah.
He subbed out. So right at the start, like, oh, here we go.
Well, and he hit the ground, and like he looked like he was in a lot of pain. Like that was.
Obviously went straight back to the locker room, get it. But what did TV say? Did they say like O'Connell said like it like pulled out, like separate or whatever? Like the ref that was right over the play, like
yeah,
it was.
I don't know exact. I mean, I don't know exactly. I wasn't listening to the.
I thought that's what
broadcast
the TV said. I'm like,
terribly
whoa.
close.
But
that would actually
listen as questionable to return to the game when
it would make
left.
sense if it was a popped out and they popped it back in situation. Obviously that's incredibly painful. So kudos to Jason Green for being able to tough that out. But I imagine he's got some therapy and maybe some shots in his future to be able to keep playing. Like that's tough.
Yeah, and McDermott said it's been an issue. They know it is. He gets hit the wrong way, and it's going to be bad. Is basically what he said. So it's something that they're going to have to deal with the rest of the season, it seems, and just have to hope that he doesn't end up in that situation again where he gets tugged just right and does damage. But credit to him for coming back, and he missed some shots he normally makes, but down the stretch,
the offensive rebounds,
2 vertical challenges,
yes,
one on Devin Askew and one on Bryce Lindsay that forced misses at the rim that were absolutely huge. Like those guys score there. There's some real pressure on Creighton.
100%.
And he did it 3, 4, 5 times throughout the game where forced misses just.
And one of them came directly after that horrible no call on Ty Davis, where it immediately changed the momentum back to Creighton. Like I don't think you can overstate, and that's not something that's going to show up on a box score ever. But I don't think you can overstate how important that specific play was to Creighton pulling this game out.
And he played 17 minutes in the second half after return. He missed, 9 minutes of game time, getting the shoulder deal dealt with. So, yeah, they don't win this game without him. Yeah, it came a knockdown, pick and pop 3. With he and Blake Harper kind of got it going stretch there. Traded, went back and forth on threes. And so you talk about Harper and kind of playing the matchups, and Villanova played a lot of guard heavy lineups, or like Matt Hodges, like 6'8", like he's not necessarily a big 4. So it was a tough matchup for Isaac Trout. Obviously against Seton Hall, Isaac Trout had a rough day after he'd been so good and so important to what they had done previously, and they didn't get any support for him. There was nobody that picked up the slack when Trout wasn't hitting. Nobody else stepped up to the table. The bench at 11 points, 8 of them from Nick Graves, but none of those guys played well.
Yeah,
and that was not the case. And obviously, the 17 from Harper that we talked about was huge. But Fedor Zugic 5 outscored every player on the Villanova bench himself. Hit a 3, had a driving layup, but then it was kind of the hustle plays that most impressed Mac. And again, hitting the floor, first one to the floor to secure loose ball. He had 4 rebounds in his 13 minutes. They were plus 13 with him out there. He was taking the defensive assignment on Bryce Lindsay when Josh Dix was sitting, and did a good job there. So just getting that contributions from Zugic and Harper off the bench on a day when you weren't getting much from Trout and Nick Graves didn't get it going was just huge. And that's something that didn't happen last game. That's how they ended up scoring 54 points. But outside of that, you got Dix.
You mentioned Josh Dix on the defensive side of the ball, but I was super and he's been great defensively all year. But I was super impressed with his ability, and he gets 17 points, which is tied for second on the team yesterday. But his ability to hit some incredibly big shots when Creighton absolutely needed them is what they've needed out of him all year, and he was able to deliver yesterday.
It was basically Harper, Swartz, and Dix down the stretch.
Yeah.
Bucket, because Creighton wasn't getting stops at a good rate down the stretch.
No, not late.
Like they had to keep scoring to maintain that lead, and those guys did it. And that drop coverage, Creighton knew that they were going to have some opportunities there in the mid range. And the impressive thing is, like, again, they got some of these shots against Seton Hall and didn't make any of them.
Yep.
And down the stretch, just bucket over and over again. They just hit every single big shot there. I think there was down the stretch like 5.5 minutes to like 2 and change. Like Dix, 3 out of 4 possessions.
Yep.
Mid-range. Swartz kept getting to his
challenge, like
right elbow.
challenging shots, especially for Dix.
Yeah,
the one on the baseline.
Yeah. Well, so he had the one on the base, and they had one where he like snaked to the rim, and then they covered it back up, and he like turned over left.
Oh yeah.
Away.
That was the
hardest
right at
one
the
of night.
buzzer, right of the shot clock.
Yeah. So like that, and then he had one from like the elbow just pulled up, and then Swartz hit 3 from that right elbow, 1 from the free throw line, just kept getting to that.
Which he looks so natural getting to that spot and knocking it down. Like that looks like it could easily be a translatable part of his game.
And we saw a little bit. I did a breakdown of his over the break, just where his shots were coming from and kind of showing the shot versatility. And this is one where the threes weren't. He was 2 for 7 from 3. Got up to a 1 for 5 start in the game. Like,
but he was 7 for 8 from 2.
Exactly. And so in the first half, he had 3 buckets right around the rim. And that's something that he hadn't done a ton of.
Right.
Like when I did that breakdown, basically all his layups were in transition.
Yeah, he got one on the nice backdoor from Trout.
Yeah, had a cut and then had 2 drives on the right side of the basket where he played off 2 feet and finished. In the second half, it was all above the free throw line, 4 buckets, all from that same area. So again, just continuing to evolve.
Which with his athleticism, you should be able to get to the rim at least at a decent clip.
Yeah, and it's he's not the shiftiest, and the handle isn't super tight, but there's enough there that, and combined with the shot making and the respect they have to pay,
should be able to attack closeouts.
Exactly right. So, and we're seeing that, and he is that comfortable off the dribble jump shots, mid range. He hit a floater too. Like he's got
really,
the full package.
He seems really comfortable with kind of that like 1-2 into the shot. Where we saw him hit the elbow jumpers last night,
and did well enough defensively to stay in the game down the stretch.
Yeah.
And that's Fedor, that's Blake, that's Austin, guys that the defense has been questionable throughout the season, and that's impacted the playing time they've had.
Yeah.
They all did well in this game, enough to let their offense make a big impact on the game.
Yeah, you mentioned the plus 13 for Fedor Zugic in his 13 minutes. The other one that really sticks out, the only other guy in double-digit plus-minus was Ty Davis, a guy that I personally struggle with because offensively as a point guard, he doesn't bring nearly as much to the table as a lot of Creighton point guards of the past or Creighton guards of the past. But obviously, I mean, he didn't even take a field goal attempt last night, which is I think it's an understanding of his role. He did have 6 rebounds, though, which is incredible, especially for what's needed of him.
And then also he hit the 2 big free throws when Nick Graves and Austin Swartz both missed the front end of the bonus. He's the one that got the rebound in traffic.
Yes.
That was after the turnover, right? That was after when Jason Green forced a miss, and then he was the one that went
got the rebound on
3 guys around him.
Yep. On the after the non-call.
Got the foul and went and knocked down the shots too again when other guys weren't making them.
So talk about, because I know it's easy to look at a box score and be like, I mean, he had 6 rebounds. That's nice, but what really did he bring to the table? Obviously, Coach Mack loves something about the way Ty Davis plays basketball, and it's clearly not what he brings to the table offensively. So, like, what is it?
One, how hard he plays at all the time.
Okay.
At all times. He just flies around. Again, the 6 rebounds, pushes the ball in transition. He gets rid of it quickly to get them into the ball movement in the half court. There's every other game or once a game, you'll see him fly in there for an offensive rebound on a missed jumper and get them an extra possession. Just good feel there. And then communication, just the way he gets guys organized, that's something that this team has struggled with from the start. They identified it was a problem. He's always been their best communicator, the guy most willing to step up and understand this is what I have to say when, and try to get other guys going with him. So yeah, individually, like there are definitely some limitations there. And I think Mac has done a great job of recognizing when it's flowing with him out there, and then when maybe the matchup is bad and teams are starting to take advantage of him, gets him out there and rolls with Graves at that point. But so it's kind of been a back and forth between those two as far as minutes and who's playing more based on the game. And that goes back to what I was saying earlier with McDermott identifying, all right, who do we need in this game? Who's going to give us the best chance to win? And Davis just kind of they're positive with the new starting five has played quite a bit together. They're net positive on the season. Like, he's had a couple rough ones, and then he hasn't played as much. And then when it's going well, he's playing heavier minutes, and the team continues to flow. So that's kind of where we're at that point guard spot now. Like, there obviously we saw the Marquette game and some other game stretches where Graves has kind of really got going and taken hold of that spot. But there are other times when the team has been better with Davis out there, and that's just kind of, I think, what it's going to be. And it's going to be up to McDermott and the coaching staff to identify who needs to be playing when. Because they've gone completely away from the Dix at point guard spot.
Yep.
And I think a lot of that just is they
need him too much defensively to ask him to also.
And we had already seen that impact his shot making
for sure.
I think for much of the season, where having to it is the first time. Like, I think he had a decent, people believe that he could play defense, but it just wasn't much of an emphasis at Iowa. Like, the coaches on there weren't harping on him for 40 minutes.
He's never been asked to do this before.
So this is a completely new role for him and situation, and I think he's still kind of figuring out. And again, the stamina it takes to go all out on both ends, and again, having to create as much as he has.
I'll say, especially as a shot maker and a jump shot maker, like, it is a different thing having to use your legs that much defensively and still be expected to make jump shots at that rate, which is, I go back to like a Tyshawn Alexander and how impressive it was that he was able to pull that off. Kind of in a similar role of what Dix is being asked to do.
Yep. So that's kind of how they've shifted. Harper has been playing. It's been bouncing back and forth between the 3 and the 4, again, just based on lineups and matchups and who happens to be playing well.
I imagine that'll be all year.
Exactly. Yeah. I think that's kind of where we settle in. And we did see Hudson Greer return to lineup against Seton Hall. Did not play against Villanova. You could tell in that Seton Hall game, he just wasn't quite ready to make an impact in a game of that intensity level.
Sure.
And with Villanova, with the way that Harper was playing, the way Zugic was playing, there just wasn't
no need to.
A spot that made sense to try to get Hudson out there. But having him just practicing and getting back in the mix, hopefully he'll kind of ramp back up as the second half of the season plays out.
Yeah, maybe this help as well. Georgetown, Providence, Xavier Marquette stretch makes more sense to try and work him back in. St. John's coming up next is going to be interesting because St. John's is sort of weirdly had a very similar season to Creighton. They're 10-5. They were second in the preseason rankings. They were right behind UConn, right?
They trying to remember the AP or AP or the conference.
Conference.
Definitely.
They were right behind UConn.
They were top 5-ish preseason team.
Yes, and this was a team that people were enamored with the talent acquisition. I did have several people talk to me, be like, "Hey, Rick Pitino's going to hate this team," like based on the guys that were brought in, and it seems like it has been a struggle. They are, like I said, very, very, not just in record, but even how the record is divided up between quad 1 losses. And so you look at St. John's coming to town on Saturday, and the roster can feel a little scary, but the results haven't been.
Well, it's probably not a great sign when he signed Ian Jackson and was talking him up as got a chance to be one of the great point guards to come out of this program. And by the end of the preseason, he wasn't even playing point guard. So, who could have seen that coming? The offensive, the freak athlete, scoring focused shooting guard from North Carolina isn't a great point guard.
That is the exact person that I was told Rick Pitino was going to hate that guy. So just not the type of player Rick Pitino typically recruits in terms of mentality and things like that, and especially like defensive prowess and things. So I think this St. John's game is going to be super interesting. I don't really know what to expect.
Well, And the issue with St. John's struggles is this isn't even a quad 1 game.
Yeah.
They're outside the top 25
Yeah.
in the net. They're in the 30s at this point.
Yeah, 31, I think.
So Villanova is Creighton's first
quad 1 win.
Quad 1 win. Villanova is second in the Big East in net behind UConn. So getting
they're at 31.
Going back, like if you had to split between Seton Hall and Villanova on this road trip, it's better for Creighton to get that Villanova game.
Mm-hmm.
It just losing the Seton Hall game the way it did felt bad, obviously.
Yeah.
But all things being considered, like they came out of this road swing in a good spot, and they're ranked higher now in KenPom than they were at the beginning of the season, which
they got what they needed
to.
Yeah, they got what they needed to out of the road trip.
Yeah, it probably doesn't sound right to fans considering the struggles they've gone through, but
they have won 5 of their last 6. Like it's not, and the 6th one was dubious at best. Obviously not on the refs that they blew a 16-point lead, but end of game stuff, there was a lot of stuff on the refs. It will be really interesting to see this next stretch with St. John's, which not being a quad 1 game at home sort of feels like you have to win it. Especially if you're still hoping for any sort of NCAA tournament hopes. And then you've got a stretch of Georgetown, Providence, Xavier, as I mentioned. Those are, I'm going KenPom rather than net here, but it's 109, 62, 106, and then Marquette 118. Like you almost have to, like you certainly have to win those 4. If you can get St. John's on top of that, all of a sudden you've given yourself an opportunity to be in the NCAA tournament hunt again.
Yeah.
Where that would be the first time really since early in the year that was the case.
Yeah, finding a path to get there did not look possible.
After Kansas,
weeks ago,
Kansas State, this is a narrow path to the NCAA tournament.
Yeah, and so far they've been walking that path.
They have.
They've done everything they needed to. Again, that Seton Hall game would have been huge, but
you got to get the one at home in February. Yeah,
exactly right.
That's a team you can split against, though.
Yes,
there's certain teams you have to sweep. There's certain teams you have to split against. Seton Hall is a team you can split against, so it's not the end of the world.
Yeah, obviously they've Shaheen Hallways flipped that from where they were a year ago. They're off to a great start this season. So that's not a bad loss in any way,
especially
except for the way it played out.
Yes, especially on the road. You can you're look back at this resume and you're like, that's fine.
Yes.
Right. Same thing. Even if they lose to St. John's, even though it's a home game, if St. John's figures their stuff out, you'll look back. You're like, that's fine. That's not a game that you have to worry about too much. But the 4 after that, those are all games you have to win.
Yeah.
In my opinion, even though 2 of them are on the road. Providence you could probably get away with, but if you're trying to build an NCAA tournament resume, these are some of the teams that you have to sweep in order to gain enough, to just put together enough accumulation of wins to get in the neighborhood, because you probably need to have, I would say, bare minimum 19 wins, especially with what the conference is this year, going into New York to give yourself a shot.
Yeah, right now KenPom projects a 19-12 record for Creighton, which that won't be enough to get in the tournament by itself.
You'd probably have to make the final of the Big East tournament in order.
You have to beat UConn.
Yes, at least once.
Because 19 wins without a signature win isn't going to get you in.
Not with this year's.
Yes.
And not with this year's Big East.
Yeah, because right now Villanova is your best win, and that's not even a top 25 team in the polls.
Yeah.
Really. It is in KenPom just barely, but so yeah, you're going to have to accumulate wins, and then you're going to have to, again, either make a run or heck, you win the Big East tournament, you don't have to worry about that. But
right. But if you'd have to make the final, or you have to get a signature win, UConn at home at the end of January would be sort of that one you're looking at.
Yeah, because you get to 21 wins, then you start okay, you've got that leaves you if you don't get that UConn win, then
especially if you don't have a bad loss. Their worst loss right now is Kansas State, which is not awful. It's not a good loss, but it's not awful. You sit there and you go, okay, Gonzaga's not a bad loss. Baylor, Iowa State, Nebraska, Seton Hall, none of those are bad losses. So if you can get to 2021, you're at least going to give yourself a shot with the no bad losses.
Yeah. So that's kind of where they're at now. They have to continue to play well enough to take care of business. Again, they're in range now where beating Villanova is kind of reaffirming to what they've been doing.
Yes.
Because during the start to Big East play, I mean, you look at Xavier, Marquette, and
I mean, Butler was their best win in that stretch.
And Butler's 44. They're about the same range that Creighton is in KenPom and that. So it was kind of more like, okay, like opponent, that one was at home. So this beating a team the next tier up on the road,
big.
That shows like, hey, it wasn't just Creighton beating up on the worst teams in the conference. Like they've actually figured some things out that will allow them to compete with good teams. So they have to continue to do that moving forward. Because again, the margin for error is non-existent at this point.
Exactly. Yeah.
So
no bad loss. I mean, no bad losses the rest of the way. Like that's the mantra. You want to anything else on the men before we switch over to the women's side?
No, I think just again, I've written a bunch that just stay tuned to the Bluejay Breakdown on the Hurrdat Sports webpage. I'll have more. Hopefully, I'm gonna try to get to. We'll see. Unfortunately, like Peacock doesn't allow you to screenshot, screen record. One of those services.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna try to do a breakdown of kind of the mid range and take advantage of that pick and roll defense for against Villanova. We'll see if I can pull that off in a way that actually looks decent.
See if we can figure out a way. Yeah. You might have to be recording your television.
Stay tuned. We'll have more. Yeah.
I have faith in you. You can do it.
I appreciate it, Shane.
All right, let's switch over to the women's side where it's been a little bit of a struggle still. They had lost 3 straight before getting the win against Butler on Sunday, and they've got Marquette coming up Thursday. I mean, it seems like, tell me if I'm wrong here, it seems like this is sort of just how the season's going to go in terms of trying to feel things out. Obviously, a very young roster. You got some. I can't remember which Gessert is shooting the lights out. Neely Gessert's shooting the lights out of the ball right now. So that's good. You're getting some development individually. It doesn't seem like it's necessarily all meshed together as a unit yet, but it seems like they're getting some of the pieces going.
Yeah, well, so you look at it, they're 3-3. 2 of the 3 in conference play. 2 of the 3 wins are against the bottom 2 teams in the league, and the other is against St. John's, as we talked about previously. So that was, again, continues to be a huge win for them. But they had a chance against Villanova. They competed. That's a good team there, and couldn't. The second in the conference right now, and couldn't quite pull that off. But show that they can compete in a game like that. The issue, like we saw finally Creighton announce that Keani Lockett is going to miss the rest of the season. That's kind of been the question hanging over the program the whole time, because there hasn't really been an update since she got injured. She's been with the team, but they will not have her back. And Ava Zedeker has also missed the last couple of games.
Yeah.
And so you're down your top 2 point guards, and you don't really have a third. So they've had to have Nora Gessert is starting, of Kendall McGee having to handle the ball a lot. And I think that's led to some development for McGee in particular, who has played well the last 2 games, 13 and 15, I think, her last 2 times out. So again, that's just more of the looking ahead to the future. You've got Neely doing what she's doing. You've got Zedeker. Those are your top 2 scorers on the season. And now you've got McGee starting to emerge as well. So that'll be big just for the future and establishing the foundation of this program. Unfortunately, like, again, this is a team that was already didn't have a deep roster, and now you've had 2 injuries to the same position. And so the fact that they compete as well as they did during this recent stretch and got that Butler win, I think is important for them, and just kind of their psyche moving forward and their belief in themselves. But it's also a tough spot to be in, because they need everything they can get to have a chance against the top half of the Big East, and that's who they're playing coming up here. Obviously, Marquette is 4-2 in the league. They're 10-5 overall.
And
they are the second best 3-point shooting team in the country. So obviously we know that's something that Creighton likes to do.
Yeah.
You look at their top 5-6 players, they're all shooting 37 or better from 3. They've got 2 6'1" forwards leading them. Marquette looks like just on paper, looks like a really tough matchup for this Creighton team. And that's who they have tonight as we record this on Thursday.
And then you get UConn.
That's they got the peak out on Sunday against UConn, and
that one's at CHI, just so everybody knows.
Yeah, I think you could put like the entire team on Sarah Strong, and I'm not sure they'd be able to stop her. You don't really have a matchup for that.
Yeah.
I mean, most of their college basketball doesn't.
I would say
have a
almost
matchup for Sarah
nobody
Strong.
does. So it's
so I don't.
Creighton is not unique in that struggle.
Yeah. So I don't know what you even like. What could a possible take away from that? Like going into it like they're going to be a significant underdog.
Yeah.
This
sounds terrible. That's a like work on yourself, have individual team goal. That sounds weird, but individual team goals to try and like, hey, let's try and get some
focus
things
less on the scoreboard and more on
like
little mini goals.
I've been in games like that. It's not fun. It's hard to get your team in the right headspace for it. But
and then you've got the added the pink out aspect of it and CHI on top of that.
Yeah,
for
so
this young team playing in CHI. All these freshmen playing in there for the first time.
A thing in the first, like on its own, right? Not to mention UConn, not to mention the pink out. Like that's going to be a tough one on Sunday. Certainly one worth going to, but if for no other reason, I mean, it's always fun watching UConn play basketball. Like they're pretty incredible to watch.
Yeah, so we'll have to check the availability report later today to see if they can get Zedeker back because they absolutely need her back for these two games.
Yeah.
But again, we're at the point now where take it game by game, see what you can work on, and any wins you get, celebrate them. Again, they're 3-3. They're in the middle of the conference right now at standings.
So if you're Flan and you're kind of going through this, like obviously, like only way you're making the NCAA tournament is winning the conference, which with UConn in the conference is gonna always be challenging. So like what's your message as you're going through not just this stretch where it's like Marquette, UConn back to back, which is obviously really tough and not a super long turnaround between those two games, but just sort of with the season moving forward, like what would your message be in terms of like balancing development without throwing in the towel on the results of the season?
Yeah, I ultimately I think
because that's kind of where we're at, right?
Well, there is no choice to be made. Like this is all they have.
Mm-hmm.
They have to these players are going to play regardless. There's no sacrificing anything to try to develop young players. You don't have anything to sacrifice. It
just is the young players, right?
That's all you have to play. So I think basically just the goal right now, keep yourself separated from the bottom of the conference and just take swings at the top half. And that's what they've done so far. Again, they knocked off St. John's. They've beaten Butler and DePaul. They were competitive against Villanova. And so I think right now is especially considering the health situations, they're about as good of a spot as you could hope for, all things considered, going into it. So the key is just to continue to win the winnable games and to show yourself well against the top half and see if you can steal a couple here and there.
I mean, at this point, growth is as important as anything else, right? Because obviously the hope, if you're Flan and you're this team, is you want the core of this team to get better for the next couple of years, right? Like you're sort of setting yourself up for one of those runs with a core group that's played together for a couple years. So like that's what I mean, I guess. Like that's sort of not the elephant in the room, but like everybody kind of knows that's the deal this year, but like you still have to go out and, like you said, play games that you want to do well in. Like that's sort of the tricky part.
And Keani Lockett shutting it down for the season now.
Yeah.
Medical redshirt, could come back next year if she wants to keep playing college basketball. Yeah. So you can add her to
which would be great.
As a veteran to that mix. Also, Maya Moore, arguably their top incoming recruit, scored 51 in a game the other day. It's
pretty good.
So
that's a lot.
She had a 42-point game early in the season. So you got that coming on the way to join this group that we're seeing with Neely Gessert and Ava Zedeker.
Which there is a lot to like about this young group. It's just incredibly young, having some of those growing pains.
No doubt. And I mean, enjoy the kind of the flashes as we go. Like Gessert, her over while we were gone, record her third 25-point game of the season, hit 7 threes for the second time.
Yes.
Like she's an absolute flamethrower. And some of the shots she was hitting were just ridiculous.
Yeah, you're like, that's not a good shot, but it kind of is a good shot.
The key for her is figuring out how to score inside the arc to go with it, especially when teams chase her off.
To keep people honest.
Yeah, she's struggling really on 2-point shots inside the arc. So that's kind of,
which is not super uncommon for a freshman either.
Yeah, and if you're looking for like in-season growth and understanding, okay, this is what's going to be at this level, like that's something where, okay, find a way to be
get you attack a closeout, start have a little bit mid-range game, maybe even get all the way to the hoop. Like, there's certainly things there as well. Anything else that we missed?
Nope. I think, again, we've got some big games coming up, and we can talk about them again next week.
Absolutely. That's Jacob Padilla from Hurrdat Sports, and that's been Bluejay Breakdown. We will talk to you again next Thursday.